Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto was sealed in time chamber in Dragon Ball. Before I start, please support for more amazing content and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by GOGETA 408 and link in the description and support writer. Let's start the video. Naruto's Path of Kai. This is just a test run of Naruto's Path of Kai. Tell me what you think or if I should go back and change some stuff. It is helpful if readers give advice. Otherwise, how can they enjoy it? Thunder roared over the night sky as rain poured. A figure walked down past the trees in the rain. The heavens have a reason to cry tonight. The figure looked up from under his umbrella at the large gates. A small building where Chunin Greek travelers sat off to the side of the gate. Inside it a Chunin slept. Only to jump awake with the thunder. "I wasn't sleeping, sir." The Chunin yelled, looking about. He sighed. "Damn thunder," he muttered, sitting back down. "Like anyone would be traveling in this weather. I just wish my time would finish and the next takes over," he sighed and glanced over to the gate. Lightning flashed and the Chunin blinked. A man had appeared in one flash and vanished with the next. Slowly, the Chunin grabbed a touch and made his way over to the gate. He scanned the darkness. Must have imagined it, the Chunin looked into the village to the bright light. "When my break comes, I'm getting a drink." As we move from the Chunin, we move deep into the village. Just south of the Hokage's building, just a bit east from it. We come to a large bonfire. Small stalls set about with people cheering and having fun. Children stood by their parents as they watched wooden, soft toy and paper designs of a fox with 9 tails burn before them. This night 10 years ago was the night the Kyuubi no Kitsune, the 9-tailed fox, attacked the village hidden in the leaf. The man known to people as the 4th Hokage, the village leader, gave his life to stop the demon. But whereas that is true, it is only known to the children not old enough to remember or born since then, that the Kyuubi was killed. But, to those with memory of that night, it was sealed into a newborn. A young boy named Naruto Uzumaki. While people feared the boy, many left him alone. Believing it is safer to stay away from what could escape from the child. But others, many of which ninja who lost a friend or family member to the beast, let themselves on this night go a bit overboard with too much sake to drown their sorrows. This has caused, which this night holds of great importance. Many of them drunk or slightly drunk angry ninja and villager turned this night into an attack to get revenge. Old people laughed and danced. Not one knows what was happening to one boy of 10, who now lay on his back in an alley. Blood soaked with rain and mud as the blonde-haired child looked to the skies. His eyes slowly losing focus as his blood left his body. "Am I going to die?" Naruto asked himself as he lay there. He didn't even look to the noise of approaching footsteps. Nor did he look up as the rain was blocked by cover. "You've had it pretty bad." Naruto glanced to a darkened figure. A hand touched his forehead. "Rest, you need to recover now." Naruto's vision went black as he passed out. Crackling a nice smell and warmth was what brought Naruto back to his senses. Slowly his eyes opened to a dim glowing roof over his head. Slowly he glanced to his left and found a figure sitting and looking at the fire. "You awake?" Naruto blinked and slowly sat up. He winced as he felt the pain in his right arm. "Relax, you're in no danger here. You took quite the beating." Naruto sighed as he lay back down. "How am I not dead?" A plate was placed on the stool beside his head. "Eat up, you need the energy." Naruto looked to the plate, then the man. "Why did you save you?" Naruto nodded to the man. The man chuckled as he sat facing the fire. "I'm doing this because I promised a friend." Naruto took a bit of meat from the plate and took a bit. Naruto's eyes lit up as he mused at the taste. "Good?" the man asked as Naruto nodded with a hum as he ate. "Glad you like it, Naruto-kun." Naruto blinked and looked over to the man. "How do you know me name?" The man glanced to the boy. But not enough so he could see this man's face. "I'll tell you someday." Naruto put the plate to the side. "Where are we?" "We are in the forests around the village. But it would kind of like to stay here in peace. So please don't tell a soul I live out here." Naruto nods, even if the man did have his back to him. "I'll have a new set of clothing for you tomorrow. Your others were too bloody and torn." Naruto looked back over to the man and now noticed the small discarded pieces of orange from his vest and his white shirt and black shorts. Naruto lay back down with a tired breath. The man glanced back a bit. "Rest, Naruto. It's still early. We'll talk in the morning." Naruto rolled over on his side and slowly went to sleep with a warm stomach. The man glanced back to the boy and waved his hand at Naruto. The covers rolled up the boy's side. The man smiled and closed his eyes. "I should get some rest as well." As the morning sun began to rise, with the fire slowly burning out, Naruto's eyes twitched as birds chirped. "Did I forget to close my window?" Naruto slowly opened his eyes to a wooden wall. What the he slowly turned to find that what he thought was a dream was reality. He slowly sat up and looked at his arm. The pain had faded and felt good as new. The sound of digging got the boy's attention and made his way to the door. He stopped as he saw on the stool was the new clothing. The man sighed as he rubbed his forehead. This rain is going to kill the crops at this rate. The man had a large mass of gray hair. His hair spiked out like a palm tree. He had a gray beard that went round his jaw. He had black eyes that showed anything but an old man. There was too much youth and energy in them. He wore a white vest with gray sweatpants. He wore black boots as he stood in his small muddy field outside his house. And the most noticeable things on this man was that he was built like a bodybuilder. No wrinkles on his body, and he had a large green dragon tattoo along his right arm from shoulder to wrist. The door opened and the man looked to the door. He smiled. Like the clothing? Naruto nods. Yeah, but it's a little strange. Naruto wore a light blue slip-on top with white pants. Orange shin ribbons and wristbands. He also wore black sandals. Well, I know the clothing is a little strange to what people wear normally. But they are a stronger cloth than normal. Even strong enough to repel low-level ninjutsu. If you want I could get you something different. And no, this is okay, thank you. Naruto said, looking to the floor. The man nods. I mean, it's just that you're being so kind, it's a little strange for me. The man nods. I see, would you like some copies? Naruto looks up with a nod. I'll get some for you by tonight. Naruto nods and could be only amazed by the kindness of this man. But this wasn't the only thing. There was a complete calmness about this man. He could see this man was strong. But there was no hint of it coming off him at all. This man was really well trained. Naruto, do you have school today? Naruto blinked and then his eyes widened. Oh man. I'm probably late. Naruto yelled in panic. His new sensei Iruka was going to have him up against the wall with a leaf test again if he doesn't hurry to school. The man chuckled. Relax, you're not late, but I best take you to the village. Come, I'll show you the way. Naruto watched as the man walked off and Naruto followed. They walked in silence for a bit before the man spoke. If you want you could come and visit. It gets quite boring out there with no one to talk to. What do you do out there, Oji-san? The man glanced to the boy in surprise. But quickly shook his head before looking back down the path. I just work out. I do a lot of taijutsu. I've noticed. Naruto stated. The man chuckled. If you would like I would be happy to teach you my style. Naruto came to a stop and looked at the man blankly. Train me, Naruto repeated. The man nodded. Hi, it's the promise I made to my friend. Besides looking out for you. Who asked you? Like how I found out your name, I'll tell you someday. The man turned to Naruto. So do you want to learn taijutsu? My style is called kumite. But, unlike ninja, I can't teach you ninjutsu or jinjutsu. But I have a similar ability. You do? The man nods. Yeah, but it will come when you begin to master my style. What do you say? The training isn't easy. Naruto looked at the ground as he thought if he should. After a few seconds, Naruto looked up. I'll do it. The man smiled. Then you will come to my place tonight. I'll have a few things ready to begin teaching my hand-to-hand combat style. Naruto grinned as he quickly followed. As they walked, Naruto blinked as he realized something. As they reached the gate, Naruto turned to the man. I never asked you your name, Oji-san. The man chuckled. That's okay, my name is Son Goku. Son Goku, Naruto muttered. Goku chuckled, patting Naruto's head. I'll see you later, Naruto. Goku said, walking off. Remember, don't tell anyone about me, Goku called as he walked home. Naruto waved before he blinked. I better get to class, I hope I'm not late. Sasuke Uchiha. Here. Naruto Uzumaki Iruka looked up to see the blonde was late. That or he's doing a prank. I'll give him 10 minutes, then I best go find him. The door slid open and Naruto panted. Sorry I'm late, sensei, Naruto breathed out. Naruto blinked as everyone was looking at him. What? Boy Uzumaki. What's with the weird clothing? Kiba called out. I got them today. Naruto said as he made his way to his seat. From where? The lost and found. I've never seen clothing like that before. Naruto shrugged. I just got them today. I don't need to tell you where. Fine, whatever, Kiba said, turning to the front. Iruka just shook his head. Naruto, please take a seat. I would like to continue the registration. Naruto rubbed his head embarrassed and sat down. As the classes went by, Naruto was left to ponder on the man known as Goku. The man had been so nice to him and showed him kindness with new clothing. He also wondered what the style would be like. This left him to imagine him standing over Sasuke in victory. Sadly, this got him in trouble for spacing out. Lucky for Naruto, he wasn't held back after class, so when the bell went he blurred out the room before even Iruka got a word to him. As soon as he got to the gate he glanced about. He would be in trouble if he was caught leaving the village on his own. So when it was safe he rushed into the forest. This is going to be so cool, I can't wait to begin my training, Naruto grinned as he made his way down the path he came to Goku's. When he got there he rushed right up to the door and knocked. Oji-san. Naruto called out. I'm here for training. There was a call, and Naruto glanced to the left of the house as Goku came round. He found a long clear path. What's this for? I want to see your speed. This is 100 meters. Now you know nothing of hand-to-hand combat, right? Naruto shook his head. Okay, stay here. When I call, you are to run as fast as you can. Naruto nodded. And don't stop till you get to me. With that, Goku walked some distance away. Goku pulled out a pocket watch. Ready, Naruto crouched forward. Go. Naruto then ran full on down the path. As he passed Goku, the man nods as Naruto panted. Not bad, but we're going to have to skim these 15 seconds away. Naruto blinked. How much by? Goku looked up for a second. Well, when I did this first with my sensei. I was about 8 seconds. And my sensei the turtle hermit could do near 5 seconds. But with what we'll do, it will be covered easily. Naruto could only blink. Not even some of our teachers could run 8 seconds down a 100-meter track. Naruto grinned. I can't wait to leave them in my dust with my next prank. Naruto blinked as Goku spoke again. Now Naruto, you got school tomorrow? No, it's the weekend. Goku nods. Then follow me. We'll start with a light jog. Naruto nods and followed. Naruto followed Goku for a while and jumped as Goku spoke. Okay Naruto. We skip from here. Naruto blinked. What? He watched Goku skip. Come on, this is all part of training. We'll skip for 2 kilometers. Naruto blinked. What'd he say? Naruto was sure he heard Goku wrong. But no, it did feel like 2 kilometers. Naruto panted as they reached the hut. Goku took a light breath. He wasn't even fazed. Naruto on the other hand was leaning forward panting. Don't lean forward, Naruto. Keep yourself straight when you're doing that. It's not good for you to do that. Naruto stood straight and panted. That was insane. Goku smiled at Naruto. Yes, but since you're only a beginner, that was the easy run. Every day, morning, afternoon or both. You will do that route. Naruto didn't know what to say to that. Once you begin to get the stamina for it. We'll move the path longer and different style running. Do I really have to skip after so long? Goku nods. This is all for helping your stamina. You don't do it and you won't improve to greater heights. I don't know if I can do this. Naruto groaned. Then let me tell you this. At your age the 4th Hokage trained like this. And look how he turned out. Trust me, if you're anything like him. I'll give you near a year. Before I think you're ready for the main stuff. Naruto's jaw dropped. A year? Goku nods. But Naruto, I plan to help you lower this. In the weeks and months to come. You will help me here, be it cutting wood or working on the field. This will all add to your training. You have potential. Trust me, Naruto. You'll do even greater than the 4th if you continue under me. Naruto nods with energy back in his eyes. Then let's continue. Goku chuckled. Sorry Naruto, but it's getting late now. You can stay here. I have something for you to sleep in tonight. So we'll eat and I'll set up your sleeping space. Naruto nods. Thank you, sensei. As night fell, Naruto sat looking at the small fire as his sensei cooked the food. Oji-san. Goku looked to Naruto as sat back down. Have you lived out here all your life? Naruto asked. Goku nods. Yeah, ever since I was born, I've lived in the woods. I used to live with my grandpa, but he died not long after I was 8 or 9. Goku smiled as he looked to the fire. Must be lonely out here. Goku shook his head. It never is. There are the animals around the forest. I have friends in places. And people like you that I train. Naruto glanced to Goku. What was the 4th like to train? Goku blinked. He then rubbed his chin. Well, he's energetic, that's for sure. A genius like many of his teachers said. With his current skills, it took him the year I've given you to train up and be ready to learn my style. Naruto looked down. And you really think I can meet his standards? Goku nods with a smile. No doubt about it. He was a bit older than you. They say you can grasp things better when you're younger. Naruto sighed lightly. I'll do my best. Goku nods before standing. Naruto watched the man leave to the door. Where you going? Goku looked back. Set your living area up. With that, Goku walked outside. I'm sleeping outside. Naruto stood and made his way to the door. Naruto watched as Goku threw something to the floor and a white dome appeared. Naruto's eyes widened. He said he could do ninjutsu. Naruto stuttered to himself. Goku glanced to Naruto with a smile. Come over, you'll sleep here tonight. Goku said, entering. Naruto walked over from the hut. But you said you can't do ninjutsu, Naruto said, walking up. It's not. Goku said. Naruto was about to speak, so Goku continued. I have a friend who can make special items that can store objects of huge size into a capsule with no chakra. Naruto blinked as he entered the dome. Naruto was awed by the fact Goku could carry a small house around with him. He could only imagine the amount of ramen he could store away. There was a lounge, kitchen, bathroom and bedroom. All in such a small place. Naruto could only look left and right at the place. The electricity worked as well as the water and heating. Like it? Naruto turned to Goku with a nod. Goku smiled. I'll wake you up early tomorrow. Naruto blinked. How come? Well, tell me, Naruto. Do you think it's fair you get all this training free? Naruto blinked. It's not. Goku shook his head. But training with me. You'll have to help about. But don't look so sad. This work helps with your training. Naruto blinked. But before he could speak, Goku stopped him. I'll explain more in the morning. With that, Goku turned to the door. Night. The door shut and Naruto sighed in defeat. What's he going to have me do? Naruto made his way back to his room and found spare clothing for him. As Naruto went to sleep, he was soon to find out as the years come that there was more to this training, to Goku, to himself and soon to everything around him. Was more than meets the eye. Now let's get started. With chapter 1. Arid Sora wo Yurigasu Sono Hejeshi Ipawa, Ano Jekatatsu ga Hajimata. Yami wo Sate Sakuretsu Suri Chiju Saiku no Batoru Dazi, Korga. Harada mo, Tamashi mo, Subit Hanu Nai Kawaru. Atsui biggest fight. Phase wa Modanadachi. Bakari wa Hora. Hurricane Yugakasu. Horga Kurimi. Henshi wa Ima, Hakori wo Kakatadakad Irusa. Anachi ori mo daiji na yu mamorinuku tame nai. Thunder roared over the night sky as rain poured. A figure walked down past the trees in the rain. The heavens have a reason to cry tonight. The figure looked up from under his umbrella at the large gates. A small building where Chunin Greek travelers sat off to the side of the gate. Inside it a Chunin slept. Only to jump awake with the thunder. I wasn't sleeping, sir. The Chunin yelled, looking about. He sighed. Damn thunder, he muttered, sitting back down. Like anyone would be traveling in this weather. I just wish my time would finish and the next takes over, he sighed and glanced over to the gate. Lightning flashed and the Chunin blinked. A man had appeared in one flash and vanished with the next. Slowly, the Chunin grabbed a touch and made his way over to the gate. He scanned the darkness. Must have imagined it, when my break comes I'm getting a drink. As we move from the Chunin, we move deep into the village. Just south of the Hokage's building, just a bit east from it, we come to a large bonfire. Small stalls set about with people cheering and having fun. Children stood by their parents as they watched wooden, soft toy and paper designs of a fox with 9 tails burn before them. This night 10 years ago was the night the Kyuubi no Kitsune, the 9-tailed fox, attacked the village hidden in the leaf. The man known to people as the 4th Hokage, the village leader, gave his life to stop the demon. But whereas that is true, it is only known to the children not old enough to remember or born since then, that the Kyuubi was killed. But, to those with memory of that night, it was sealed into a newborn, a young boy named Naruto Uzumaki. While people feared the boy, many left him alone, believing it is safer to stay away from what could escape from the child. But others, many of which ninja who lost a friend or family member to the beast, let themselves on this night go a bit overboard with too much sake to drown their sorrows. This has caused, which this night holds of great importance. Many of them drunk or slightly drunk angry ninja and villager turned this night into an attack to get revenge. While people laughed and danced. Not one knows what was happening to one boy of 10, who now lay on his back in an alley. Blood soaked with rain and mud as the blonde-haired child looked to the skies. His eyes slowly losing focus as his blood left his body. Am I going to die? Naruto asked himself as he lay there. He didn't even look to the noise of approaching footsteps. Nor did he look up as the rain was blocked by cover. You've had it pretty bad. Naruto glanced to a darkened figure. A hand touched his forehead. Rest, you need to recover now. Naruto's vision went black as he passed out. Crackling a nice smell and warmth was what brought Naruto back to his senses. Slowly his eyes opened to a dim glowing roof over his head. Slowly he glanced to his left and found a figure sitting and looking at the fire. You awake? Naruto blinked and slowly sat up. He winced as he felt the pain in his right arm. Relax, you're in no danger here. You took quite the beating. Naruto sighed as he lay back down. How am I not dead? A plate was placed on the stool beside his head. Eat up, you need the energy. Naruto looked to the plate, then the man. Why did you? Save you? Naruto nodded to the man. The man chuckled as he sat facing the fire. I'm doing this because I promised a friend. Naruto took a bit of meat from the plate and took a bit. Naruto's eyes lit up as he mused at the taste. Good? The man asked as Naruto nodded with a hum as he ate. Glad you like it, Naruto-kun. Naruto blinked and looked over to the man. How do you know me name? The man glanced to the boy. But not enough so he could see this man's face. I'll tell you someday. Naruto put the plate to the side. Where are we? We are in the forests around the village. But it would kind of like to stay here in peace. So please don't tell a soul I live out here. Naruto nods, even if the man did have his back to him. I'll have a new set of clothing for you tomorrow. Your others were too bloody and torn. Naruto looked back over to the man and now noticed the small discarded pieces of orange from his vest and his white shirt and black shorts. Naruto lay back down with a tired breath. The man glanced back a bit. Rest, Naruto. It's still early. We'll talk in the morning. Naruto rolled over on his side and slowly went to sleep with a warm stomach. The man glanced back to the boy and waved his hand at Naruto. The covers rolled up the boy's side. The man smiled and closed his eyes. I should get some rest as well. As the morning sun began to rise. With the fire slowly burning out. Naruto's eyes twitched as birds chirped. Did I forget to close my window? Naruto slowly opened his eyes to a wooden wall. He slowly turned to find that what he thought was a dream was reality. He slowly sat up and looked at his arm. The pain had faded and felt good as new. The sound of digging got the boy's attention and made his way to the door. He stopped as he saw on the stool was the new clothing. The man sighed as he rubbed his forehead. This rain is going to kill the crops at this rate. The man had a large mass of gray hair. His hair spiked out like a palm tree. He had a gray beard that went round his jaw. He had black eyes that showed anything but an old man. There was too much youth and energy in them. He wore a white vest with gray sweatpants. He wore black boots as he stood in his small muddy field outside his house. And the most noticeable things on this man was that he was built like a bodybuilder. No wrinkles on his body and he had a large green dragon tattoo along his right arm from shoulder to wrist. The door opened and the man looked to the door. He smiled. Like the clothing? Naruto nods. Yeah, but it's a little strange. Naruto wore a light blue slip-on top with white pants. Orange shin ribbons and wristbands. He also wore black sandals. Well, I know the clothing is a little strange to what people wear normally. But they are a stronger cloth than normal. Even strong enough to repel low-level ninjutsu. If you want I could get you something different. And no, this is okay, thank you. Naruto said, looking to the floor. The man nods. I mean, it's just that you're being so kind, it's a little strange for me. The man nods. I see, would you like some copies? Naruto looks up with a nod. I'll get some for you by tonight. Naruto nods and could be only amazed by the kindness of this man. But this wasn't the only thing. There was a complete calmness about this man. He could see this man was strong. But there was no hint of it coming off him at all. This man was really well trained. Naruto, do you have school today? Naruto blinked and then his eyes widened. Oh man. I'm probably late. Naruto yelled in panic. His new sensei Iruka was going to have him up against the wall with a leaf test again if he doesn't hurry to school. The man chuckled. Relax, you're not late, but I best take you to the village. Come, I'll show you the way. Naruto watched as the man walked off and Naruto followed. They walked in silence for a bit before the man spoke. If you want you could come and visit. It gets quite boring out there with no one to talk to. What do you do out there, Oji-san? The man glanced to the boy in surprise. But quickly shook his head before looking back down the path. I just work out. I do a lot of taijutsu. I've noticed. Naruto stated. The man chuckled. If you would like I would be happy to teach you my style. Naruto came to a stop and looked at the man blankly. Train me, Naruto repeated. The man nodded. Hi, it's the promise I made to my friend. Besides looking out for you. Who asked you? Like how I found out your name, I'll tell you someday. The man turned to Naruto. So do you want to learn taijutsu? My style is called kumite. But, unlike ninja, I can't teach you ninjutsu or genjutsu. But I have a similar ability. You do? The man nods. Yeah, but it will come when you begin to master my style. What do you say? The training isn't easy. Naruto looked at the ground as he thought if he should. After a few seconds, Naruto looked up. I'll do it. The man smiled. Then you will come to my place tonight. I'll have a few things ready to begin teaching my hand-to-hand combat style. Naruto grinned as he quickly followed. As they walked, Naruto blinked as he realized something. As they reached the gate, Naruto turned to the man. I never asked you your name, Oji-san. The man chuckled. That's okay, my name is Son Goku. Son Goku, Naruto muttered. Goku chuckled, patting Naruto's head. I'll see you later, Naruto. Goku said, walking off. Remember, don't tell anyone about me, Goku called as he walked home. Naruto waved before he blinked. I better get to class, I hope I'm not late. Sasuke Uchiha. Here. Naruto Uzumaki Iruka looked up to see the blonde was late. That or he's doing a prank. I'll give him 10 minutes, then I best go find him. The door slid open and Naruto panted. Sorry I'm late, sensei, Naruto breathed out. Naruto blinked as everyone was looking at him. What? Boy Uzumaki. What's with the weird clothing? Kiba called out. I got them today. Naruto said as he made his way to his seat. From where? The lost and found. I've never seen clothing like that before. Naruto shrugged. I just got them today. I don't need to tell you where. Fine, whatever, Kiba said, turning to the front. Iruka just shook his head. Naruto, please take a seat. I would like to continue the registration. Naruto rubbed his head embarrassed and sat down. As the classes went by, Naruto was left to ponder on the man known as Goku. The man had been so nice to him and showed him kindness with new clothing. He also wondered what the style would be like. This left him to imagine him standing over Sasuke in victory. Sadly, this got him in trouble for spacing out. Lucky for Naruto, he wasn't held back after class, so when the bell went he blurred out the room before even Iruka got a word to him. As soon as he got to the gate he glanced about. He would be in trouble if he was caught leaving the village on his own. So when it was safe he rushed into the forest. This is going to be so cool, I can't wait to begin my training, Naruto grinned as he made his way down the path he came to Goku's. When he got there he rushed right up to the door and knocked. "Oji-san." Naruto called out. "I'm here for training." There was a call, and Naruto glanced to the left of the house as Goku came round. He found a long clear path. "What's this for?" "I want to see your speed. This is 100 meters. Now you know nothing of hand-to-hand combat, right?" Naruto shook his head. "Okay, stay here. When I call, you are to run as fast as you can." Naruto nodded. "And don't stop till you get to me." With that, Goku walked some distance away. Goku pulled out a pocket watch. Ready, Naruto crouched forward. "Go." Naruto then ran full on down the path. As he passed Goku, the man nods as Naruto panted. "Not bad, but we're going to have to skim these 15 seconds away." Naruto blinked. "How much by?" Goku looked up for a second. "Well, when I did this first with my sensei. I was about 8 seconds. And my sensei the turtle hermit could do near 5 seconds. But with what we'll do, it will be covered easily." Naruto could only blink. "Not even some of our teachers could run 8 seconds down a 100-meter track," Naruto grinned. "I can't wait to leave them in my dust with my next prank." Naruto blinked as Goku spoke again. "Now Naruto, you got school tomorrow?" "No, it's the weekend." Goku nods. "Then follow me. We'll start with a light jog." Naruto nods and followed. Naruto followed Goku for a while and jumped as Goku spoke. "Okay Naruto. We skip from here." Naruto blinked. "What?" He watched Goku skip. "Come on, this is all part of training. We'll skip for 2 kilometers." Naruto blinked. "What'd he say?" Naruto was sure he heard Goku wrong. But no, it did feel like 2 kilometers. Naruto panted as they reached the hut. Goku took a light breath. He wasn't even phased. Naruto on the other hand was leaning forward panting. "Don't lean forward, Naruto. Keep yourself straight when you're doing that. It's not good for you to do that." Naruto stood straight and panted. "That was insane." Goku smiled at Naruto. "Yes, but since you're only a beginner, that was the easy run. Every day, morning, afternoon or both. You will do that route." Naruto didn't know what to say to that. "Do I really have to skip after so long?" Goku nods. "This is all for helping your stamina. You don't do it and you won't improve to greater heights." "I don't know if I can do this." Naruto groaned. "Then let me tell you this. At your age the 4th Hokage trained like this. And look how he turned out. Trust me, if you're anything like him, I'll give you near a year. Before I think you're ready for the main stuff." Naruto's jaw dropped. "A year?" Goku nods. "That's what I've estimated. But I believe this will be lowered quite quickly. You're a unique kid, Naruto. And in the months to come, we'll not only increase the distance you run, but the styles as well. And in also me training you, you will help me here at home. The tasks will be different and some harder than normal. By the time we reach the estimated time, you will not only be able to run at incredible speeds but jump to incredible heights. And your body will be stronger than even some of the best jonin in your village. Do you really think I can do this? You have potential. Trust me, Naruto. You'll do even greater than the 4th if you continue under me." Naruto nods with energy back in his eyes. "Then let's continue." Goku chuckled. "Sorry Naruto, but it's getting late now. You can stay here. I have something for you to sleep in tonight. So we'll eat and I'll set up your sleeping space." Naruto nods. "Thank you, sensei." As night fell, Naruto sat looking at the small fire as his sensei cooked the food. "Oji-san." Goku looked to Naruto as sat back down. "Have you lived out here all your life?" Naruto asked. Goku nods. "Yeah, ever since I was born, I've lived in the woods. I used to live with my grandpa, but he died not long after I was 8 or 9. Goku smiled as he looked to the fire. "Must be lonely out here." Goku shook his head. "It never is, there are the animals around the forest. I have friends in places. And people like you that I train." Naruto glanced to Goku. "What was the 4th like to train?" Goku blinked. He then rubbed his chin. "Well, he's energetic, that's for sure. A genius like many of his teachers said. With his current skills, it took him the year I've given you to train up and be ready to learn my style." Naruto looked down. "And you really think I can meet his standards?" Goku nods with a smile. "No doubt about it. He was a bit older than you. They say you can grasp things better when you're younger." Naruto sighed lightly. I'll do my best. Goku nods before standing. Naruto watched the man leave to the door. Where you going? Goku looked back. To set your living area up. With that Goku walked outside. I'm sleeping outside. Naruto stood and made his way to the door. Naruto watched as Goku threw something to the floor and a white dome appeared. Naruto's eyes widened. He said Iko could do ninjutsu. Naruto stuttered to himself. Goku glanced to Naruto with a smile. Come over, you'll sleep here tonight. Goku said, entering. Naruto walked over from the hut. But you said you can't do ninjutsu, Naruto said, walking up. It's not. Goku said. Naruto was about to speak, so Goku continued. I have a friend who can make special items that can store objects of huge size into a capsule with no chakra. Naruto blinked as he entered the dome. Naruto was awed by the fact Goku could carry a small house around with him. He could only imagine the amount of ramen he could store away. There was a lounge, kitchen, bathroom and bedroom. All in such a small place. Naruto could only look left and right at the place. The electricity worked as well as the water and heating. Like it? Naruto turned to Goku with a nod. Goku smiled. I'll wake you up early tomorrow. Naruto blinked. How come? Because we have work to do. Night. Night. The door shut and Naruto sighed in defeat. What's he going to have me do? Naruto made his way back to his room and found spare clothing for him. As Naruto went to sleep. He was soon to find out as the years come. That there was more to this training, to Goku, to himself and soon, to everything around him. Was more than meets the eye. The sun hadn't risen yet. But the area was in a low glow. Goku looked at his pocket watch before nodding. Time to wake him up. Naruto snoozed quietly, unaware of the figure now standing over him. 3, 2, 1. Arg. Naruto's yells echoed into the forest. That was mean, Naruto muttered behind Goku. His hair soaked as they walked through the forest. Did you really have to soak me in cold water? I wouldn't have minded, warm. Goku glanced back. It's the quickest way to wake someone up. Plus you need to be alert about someone being in your room. If not, the next time it could be your life than a cold bath. Naruto looked down, scratching his cheek. Never thought of that. Naruto's image was Goku's leg as he walked into it. Ouch, Naruto muttered on his butt. He looked up to see Goku looking at a tree. This will do. Naruto looked to the fairly large tree. Here Naruto blinked as an axe is passed to him. There he looked at Goku. Goku smiled. I want you to cut it down. You serious? Naruto asked, surprised as he stood up quickly. Goku nods. Naruto grinned and took the axe and ran up to the tree. Okay, 1, 2. Naruto's body shook as the axe hit the tree. He stepped back, shaking his arms. Goku stepped up beside him. What'd I do wrong? Naruto muttered. It's about stance, angle of strike and technique. Goku said, taking the axe from the floor. Watch, I'll start the first cut. Goku said. Goku stepped round to the side. First let's remove the bark. Goku gripped the axe at the base of the handle and the top near the blade. Goku then swung and took out a large chunk. Naruto stared on as Goku chipped away some of the bark left in the cutting. He turned to Naruto. Okay, try again. Right hand at the top under the blade. Left at the base. Use the momentum of the axe as you swing. It's not all about strength. Naruto looked at the axe in his hand. Not about strength, use the momentum. Naruto stood facing the tree. Goku stood watching from the back. Goku blinked as Naruto turned to him. What's momentum? Goku faltered, hitting the floor. Well. Goku said, standing straight. It's basically letting the object carry itself forward with its own force, I think. Goku muttered at the end. I wish I took time. With the years I've had to read a book, everything is just remembered by the body. Explaining stuff is not my strong point unless it's as simple as explaining Kai. The loud cutting noise brought Goku back to look at Naruto trying to pull the axe out. It stuck. Naruto yelled. You swing too hard. No, I did it okay the first time. But it got stuck the second time. Goku sighed, walking up. It's a simple repeat as before. Goku pulled the axe free and then looked to Naruto. On this swing. Go at an upper or lower angle to the cut. Making it triangular. This will weaken the tree and help with its fall. Naruto nods. It took 5 minutes before the tree came crashing to the ground. As Naruto hopped about cheering about cutting it down, Goku was fetching the other item he brought with him. Good job, Naruto. Naruto turned, grinning only to blink at the large saw. Now we have to cut it. And it won't be as easy as swinging a blade. Naruto stood to one side of the log as Goku rested the saw down. Now hold the handle with the left hand and stand side on. The right hand's palm rests on the side of the saw. So it doesn't bend. Naruto nods. Now when I say pull. You pull. And push, you push. Okay. Naruto replied, holding the saw. Push. Whoa. Ouch. Naruto grumbled as Goku and Naruto walked back to the house. Goku chuckled as he watched Naruto drag the wood back. I really am sorry, Naruto. It's not easy when it's normally on my own. I didn't know my own strength, I pull, Goku said, rubbing the back of his head. Naruto sighed. It's okay, sensei, Naruto grinned to the man. I just can't wait till I get stronger, then I can show my skills off as a shinobi to achieve my title of Hokage. And show Sakura-chan just how great I am. Sakura-chan? Goku asked. Naruto nods. Hi. She's this cute girl in class, I sort of have a crush on her. Naruto watched Goku's face become a saddened one. Naruto? Goku said, stopping. Naruto looked at Goku. Forget about the girl. Naruto blinked. What? Why? Naruto asked. Goku crouched down beside the lad. Because Goku sighed. It's going to be hard to find the right words, everything needs to follow how he planned it. Guess I'll need to go away from the plan, sorry Minato. Naruto, what I'm going to tell you, you must not repeat. Not to a soul. It won't help us. Me, or you. Got that? Naruto nodded slowly. Goku took a breath. Now I won't go into detail just at this point. But, there are 2 secrets that are connected to you. One of which is connected to the village. And only they know. This secret will be told to you one day. Naruto blinked. Secret? What secret? Naruto saw Goku's face. Sorry. Goku sighed. Now the second secret. Only I know. It's connected to you and it's connected to Sakura. But you can't say anything. I won't do you any good. This secret is bigger than the one the village believes is a big secret. Naruto was about to ask again. But stopped, knowing he wouldn't get the answer. The secret? I will tell you 6 months or more after the first secret. Naruto blinked again. 6 months after? But what if when the first secret is told to me it's not when you planned? Goku chuckled. It will happen, Naruto. In the months to come. You will find out why I know it so. Now, you will do as I say, right? Not bother about Sakura. And not tell anyone about this? Naruto nodded slowly. Okay, Naruto said sadly. Goku rubbed the boy's shoulder. I know you don't like the fact that it takes you away from a girl you like. But trust me, it's for the better, your main focus is training. Not girls. Now come on. Let's go. Goku said, standing and walking off. As they walked, Goku spoke again. Tell you what, Naruto. Seeing as you've been so helpful. We'll have ramen tonight. Naruto cheered. I know this place in a town an hour's jog from my place. We'll go there. An hour. Why not Konoha? I believe it's better we have a good workout before a good snack. Plus I'm paying. So at least be happy. Naruto grumbled. And since you seem so bored with the idea. We'll skip back. Skip back? Of course. But we have to let the food settle first. Don't want to be sick, do we? The day continued as Naruto was shown how to chop wood and then in an act of training. Goku had Naruto race back and forth with wood cuttings and stacking them. Which left Naruto with many splinters. Even if Naruto found all this and running to a town an hour away and skipping back after letting the food settle. Exhausting, he enjoyed himself beyond anything. This man Goku had given him something he wonders what he could only describe. A father figure. Maybe grandpa. Whichever it was, Naruto was going to enjoy coming to see this man for days, weeks and months to come. Chapter 2. In the days that passed, Goku monitored Naruto's progress to see if he could meet Minato's pace. But what Goku found was that Naruto advanced faster than the fourth. Where it took Minato longer for Minato to get used to a route, task, or challenge that required time to train up to reach. Naruto took days less. So as the first month came up, Naruto was now doing his route with a better ease than before. So Goku pushed Naruto's route longer and added a new task. Zigzagging round trees. But it seemed Naruto would get through this in time less than Goku thought Naruto would. So Goku has decided something better for Naruto. And now, we move to our young blonde in training. Out in the forest on his task for Goku. Naruto rubbed his hand against a tree as he walked along. No, not ready yet, Naruto glanced about. Naruto had improved so much under Goku's watch. That he began to teach Naruto basic information for him to use as a ninja. Such as finding the right kind of firewood. This went from checking a tree's age by telling Naruto to find 3 trees ready to be cut out of 10 trees. And if he got 3 out of 6 right. It was ramen that night. But this left Naruto to go with days without ramen. But the training did its work. So Naruto could find the right tree to cut without trouble. And so Goku gave Naruto this challenge for the day. To find a ready tree. Cut it down and saw off a good chunk. Drag it back and chop it into small blocks. And then stack them all up before midday. If Naruto completed this on time, Goku was going to take Naruto fishing. Show him how to make a rod, catch fish with it, make a spear and catch fish with it, and also catch fish with one's own hands. Naruto found the last one to be the most fun. The sound of a feet and Naruto planted himself against the wall of a tree. Ninja passed over the top and Naruto sighed. Another thing Goku began to teach Naruto was to hide one's presence. seeing as Naruto wasn't technically allowed in the land of fire outside the village till he was older. So Naruto with his training from running after a prank and Goku's teachings. Naruto's learned to evade some of the more skilled ninja to hide in the forest and continue training. Naruto had always wondered why no one ever found Goku's place, but Goku simply said it's out of sight of Root's ninja run through. They're all done. Naruto said, rubbing his hands together. He smiled at the wood all stacked up in a neat pile for the winter. It was predicted that it was either this winter or the next that would be heavy wood snow. Goku was making preparations for whatever comes. Let's see. Naruto popped his head through the door and checked the clock. 5 minutes to just in time. I better clean this place up a bit, Naruto said as he grabbed a brush and swept the loose wood away. This was how Goku found the blonde when he arrived. Done already? Goku asked as he walked up. Naruto looked up with a grin. Yeah. Go take a look. I've got everything done on time. Goku looked at the stack and nodded. Okay, let's go. Yada. Naruto cheered. The keep is not to scare the fish when the bait lands, Goku said as he flung the bait out on the line. A soft splash rang out. Your go. Naruto nods and sends his lone out. Sadly it was a loud flop. Goku shook his head as Naruto hung his in shame. Goku see the rods down. While they try to catch something, I'll show you on how to make your spear. Now remember. Goku said as he held the 2 long poles of wood. You don't throw these. You have to stab the fish. Naruto nods. During the month when it came to catching food, Naruto had been with Goku to catching animals in the forest. Goku teaching Naruto a bit about traps and air projectiles, like using a bow and arrow. It made Naruto a bit ill. But it was quickly ridded as Goku explained that this was how people had to survive. And he would most likely see death in all kinds of forms. Goku then showed Naruto how to skin the animal and use the parts of an animal. Like using the waist to keep predators from going too far towards the hut. Even if Goku was strong enough to handle a scuffle, it was better to keep an animal like a bear or pack of wolves from coming too close and making a mess of the place. As long as they had food to distract them elsewhere, they wouldn't bother Goku. Then came to cooking the meat and storing food for later. All of which Naruto took to memory as it would, because as Goku said, it would help when he's out in the mild of nowhere and the team needed to eat to keep their strength up. But the final part of what was skinned. Goku showed Naruto ways to use the skin for simple forms from carriers to decoration. Now Naruto, it's all about being still and keeping a cool nerve. Both Naruto and Goku had been standing in the cold water for 5 minutes now. Not moving, and Naruto was beginning to be annoyed. But didn't speak up. You had to stay quiet as best one could. So cold. Naruto saw a fish. With a splash the fish scattered in Goku's side. Naruto pulled the pole out with no fish. Another thing about fishing this way. It about timing. And being able to kill something as quiet as possible. Naruto hung his head in shame. Now Goku said as Naruto sat on the bank. Goku stood in the water as Naruto dried off. This is the hardest to master. You have to grab a fish with your hands. But with the water in front of you as a barrier. You have to keep your hand closer to the water. Why not keep your hand under? Because the water slows down body movement. It's about fast movement. And since this is part of your body, you can judge better. Even if the water still gives the distance illusion of a close to surface fish. Naruto nods as Goku handed his arm back and waited. Naruto glanced over to the rods and blinked as both began to bend. Hey, the rods. Naruto said, running over. Goku glanced up and sighed. Pull on the line and hold on till I get there, Naruto. Goku called out, making his way to the bank. Naruto pulled on Goku's as it was the closest. But as soon as Naruto had a hold on the fish, the line snapped. Naruto was about to yell when Goku dived over his head and into the water. The blonde boy could only blink. Ah. Goku called half a minute later, a bit downstream. Crafty devil. Goku said, holding the fish up. Naruto cheered at the fact they'll be eating a big fish tonight. Itadakimasu. Goku and Naruto called out as they sat by the fire along the river. Naruto enjoyed every night he was out in the forest. So peaceful and quiet. Yet great to enjoy from the clear night sky on most nights. And what he enjoyed beside the moon glowing off the river was the shooting stars. He never saw any at night since the village's light dimmed the night sky. Every time I come out here, I enjoy every night in the forest. You must see all sorts of things. Like comets over, maybe even close passing planets. Naruto said, looking at Goku. True, you see all sorts. But I enjoy it because I can live in peace. Why do you want to? I know you said you have the odd person like me or you have the animals. But why don't you go into the village? I'm sure you could make friends there. Goku sighed. It would be nice. But I've lived long enough. My closest friends have passed on and I'm only waiting to join them. Oh, Naruto muttered. Goku smiled lightly. You'll understand one day. But not just yet, I know. Naruto muttered. Goku sighed with a smile. The morning came and Naruto was out in the stream trying to catch breakfast. As he made his way a bit more out, Goku called to him. "Naruto, take care, not all the area is safe, the rocks can be sharp and there are ditches you could drop into. Speaking of which, can you even swim?" Naruto froze for a second. "Can I?" Naruto scratched his head. Goku sighed, shaking his head. "That's no then. Come back here and I'll teach you how to swim." Naruto nods and makes his way back. Only to trip. "You okay?" Goku called out. Naruto bobbed out the water. He glanced to his foot. "No, I think I found one of them sharp rocks you mentioned." Goku waved his hand. "Stay there. I'll come get you." With Naruto now taken out of the water and put somewhere so Goku could check the wound. "That's a large cut. And with the river water that's going to infect it." "That's bad, right?" Goku nods. "I'm not much for a medic. But I do have something to stop the cut from becoming infected more. With the 9 tails inside him I'm sure Naruto will be fine and we'll give you time to rest up with a special cream for the wound. And see how you do." Naruto nods. "Okay." Naruto lay down as Goku reached into his bag and with a puff of smoke a small container appeared. He opened the door and took out a cotton bud and dabbed Naruto's wound with an ointment. Naruto winced. "Just relax." Goku spoke as he cleaned off the foot. "Clean cut and no rocks got stuck." "That's fine." Now Goku opened a small container and pulled a leaf out. He rubbed the yellow cream into the leaf and held it to Naruto's foot. "Now this may sting." Goku said, putting the leaf on. Naruto yelled out as the cream took to the wound like a burn. Goku sighed with a smile. "But it's got to be done." "Ah. What you put in that fire?" Naruto asked as he tried to grip his foot. But Goku held his hands off. "Let's it work. The pain will fade." The morning for school came and as Naruto was about to make his way off, Goku called out. "Oi, Naruto." "Yes, sensei." Naruto said, running over. "I forget something." Goku shook his head. "No, but before you go put these on." Goku said, passing Naruto a white shirt, 2 orange wristbands. And blue boots with a red and yellow strip running down the side. Naruto blinked as his arms shook as he held them. "They're heavy." "Weighted actually." "Naruto, because of how you're improving. I've decided to give you weighted clothing instead of increasing your running distance and tasks with them." Naruto let them drop. "How heavy are they?" "I couldn't hold them anymore." "About 20 kilos." "20? Yeah, when I was 11 I carried them under my sensei's training. And when you've mastered everything I'm teaching you, you may remove them." "What will I be able to do once I remove it?" Naruto said. Goku crouched and jumped up like a rocket. Naruto's jaw fell in awe as Goku seemed to float in the air before dropping. "That. Amazing. Okay. I'll wear them." Naruto said, putting the clothing on. Naruto waved as he struggled his way off to school. "Good luck, Naruto. Those clothes are made by Kaiosama himself." The weeks passed again into late November. And we find Naruto running through the snow. Turned out that predictions had been right and the 5-year cycle of winter had come. Even when the sun was out, it was still cold. The snow has been to see out till the end into the new year. For Naruto it was only more difficult. But luckily Goku was being helpful. With new orange clothing for the winter. But still carried the weights in them. Naruto was pleased he was able to stay warm from training in this weather. But Goku had pointed out to Naruto that the blonde must keep his feet dry. The boots weren't good for snow. And his feet will get wet and cold. Naruto took Goku's word to heart and made sure his boots dried off in class while he studied. Speaking of which, Goku had told Naruto he would have to study more. When Naruto moaned at the fact of this, Goku stated that when learning martial arts, no person in this element becomes a master just by strength. You need to train the mind too. He also made another quote from his sensei to Naruto in this time. "Move well, study well, play well, eat well, rest well. That is the style of the Turtle Master's way. You shall follow the same principle." And so Naruto did. He moved with running, studied with his lessons and what Goku taught him. Played in games that required either running or tactics most of time with Shikamaru Nara, who Naruto was beginning to enjoy playing in Shogi with. And also took time to do what Shikamaru did for resting, watching the clouds go by. This made Goku impressed with the young blonde. The blonde was getting better under the weight of the clothing as well as improving in his running. Naruto's run under 20 kilos of weight moved from running a kilometer, then 2 skipping. Then zigzagging through a forest pathway to running up the side of a cliff pathway. And then he would return. Sadly for Goku, there were no deserts in the land of fire. Or even dinosaurs or large sharks. So some of Goku's training ideas could not be achieved for Naruto. But right now, let's go back to our blonde in training. He was currently entering the small area Goku had. The area was amazingly absent of snow. It was like the snow was forced away or something. "Ah, Naruto." Naruto turned to Goku, who entered from the forest. Goku was clad in a similar orange and black winter suit as Naruto. with black pants and boots. Along with black top with orange sleeves. A symbol for Go on his back. This one of the big reason Naruto liked Goku. They both liked orange in their clothing. But this winter weather. It has given me an idea. Idea? Naruto muttered. Goku nods and motions Naruto to follow. Both walked back through the forest till they reached the river. Naruto's jaw fell in awe. It was an endless sheet of ice. Whoa. Naruto yelled running out. Goku didn't say anything. But only sweat dropped as Naruto slipped and banged his head on the ice. Ouch, Naruto cried out. Goku picked him up by the collar. Goku sighed as he put Naruto back on his feet. Steady, but this why we're here. I checked the ice and it's good and thick. So falling through is highly unlikely. Now this weekend I'll have a training course set up for you. Huh? Naruto blinked. Goku smiled. You see, you won't always have ground beneath you to fight on. You will be on water, sand or ice. And you need to learn how to control your footing in scenarios like this. I had trouble one time on ice. But I got lucky in my fight. Naruto blinked. So from now till the ice is thinned too much. We'll be going over fight trials. Naruto cheered. Finally. I get to learn Taijutsu. Goku chuckled. No. Naruto faltered. But you just said. I said trails. The tasks you'll be doing won't mean hand-to-hand combat. But it will be something close. But you'll have to wait till the weekend. Naruto hung his head. Great, Goku sighed with a smile. You're doing well, Naruto. You're improving rapidly. But we're not there yet, and by summer next year. We'll begin. Goku helped Naruto off the ice. The days passed and Naruto spent those days to train on what he knows. The morning came and Naruto stood on the ice looking down. Goku stood off to the side. Ready, go. Naruto sprinted forward and landed flat on his face. Goku's sweat dropped. The first task is to master using chakra to hold you on the ice. Let's see if you can figure it out. Naruto grunted before putting his hands to the ice and flipping back onto his feet. With a slip and a slid, Naruto ran forward to his first task, or the course. Which he of course didn't know about. So the second he makes up the slop, he could only blink and yelp as he fell into the cold rushing water. Goku stood a ways down, tapping his foot. His arm shot into the water beside him and pulled out and blew and frozen cold Naruto. Achoo. Naruto said, shivering. Team Naruto growled with a scowl. Goku glanced over with a slight smile. I never said it was going to be easy. This is supposed to help you every task you meet. The ice is the first target you must pass. Naruto grumbled as the two sat by the fire. Naruto glanced back out to the frozen river. The snow made it look so weird. Like he was in another land. Goku glanced to Naruto. He then glances back to the fire. I'm going to push you, Naruto. You need to learn. You have talents you need to tap into. But Goku glanced to the starry sky. He coughed. Naruto glanced over. Use chakra. Naruto blinked as Goku said that, looking at the fire. Naruto scratched his head before looking at the river. Is he giving me a tip? They came and Naruto was amazed he was as good as new. Goku stood at the side. Ready? Naruto closed his eyes. Use chakra, what does he mean? Naruto moved his foot a bit. Maybe on the ice. Said Goku spoke again. Naruto formed a half seal. That's it, Naruto. Goku smiled as Naruto focused his chakra. Oh. Naruto pushed forward and slid on the first step. Not enough grip. Naruto's right foot gripped tight and Naruto smirked as he got his footing. Goku watched Naruto get his feet moving. That's good, he's gathered that he needs enough to stick. Naruto ran up the slope and jumped the large open gap. Naruto would have grinned if he wasn't face to face with two swinging poles. That next thing Naruto saw was stars. And a sudden deep freeze. Goku sighed. This is going to be a long winter. But even though it saw hard, Naruto succeeded slowly. With learning to stick to the ice with chakra. Then learning to move his body through the air in order to roll between the poles. Then it got harder. He had to land and control his chakra and control of footing as he skidded past multiple pillars of ice and poles of water. He would then skid between two pillars, jump a puddle, slid on his back under a pillar and then flip over the next. Which was also set so he would need to be fast enough to flip the distance past the open gap into the water. Yes, Naruto got past it all. And in just a month. With only days to Christmas. And of course Naruto prize for getting to the end. A dip into the water for finishing. Yes, Goku was indeed a good person to be around and for advice. But when it came to training. He was a royal team to Naruto. But Naruto couldn't complain. He could tell his body was moving really well. Even with all the weight on his body. It was a sunny day and Naruto was sat on top the fourth Hokage's head. How did you ever survive his training? Naruto asked. But then again, his training must have helped you to Hokage. Naruto asked again. Naruto looked down as villagers and shinobi were in high spirits with the 25th only a week from now. Naruto rubbed his chin. Got any idea what Goku would like? Sigh, why do I bother to ask questions I know I won't get answers for? Guess it helps me think. I wonder what Goku will get me. Naruto sighed again. Most likely more training tasks that will put me in the deep freeze. I swear he enjoyed every tip I got. Man, that was a hard month. Naruto rolled his shoulders. Man, it's like I can't feel the weight now. All this training has made me forget I wear this nearly 24/7. I wonder what I'll be like when this is finally off. And when I'll get to take it off. He no ninja alive will match me in speed if I hope correctly. Naruto grinned. The old man isn't too bad, but I guess anything will make him happy. He lives on his own in the middle of a forest. He could do with anything. Like Naruto rubbed his chin with a smile. I know. It was eve when Naruto was blitzing the snow. On his back was a large package. He smirked as he found the snow no problem with his training. The chakra control he's gained from the river is useful to get through the snow. One of the things Naruto gained out of it was what Goku called to Naruto. Chakra thrust. It's controlled by bursting chakra from points of the body like the feet so Naruto could jet round the pillars. Naruto took this into getting through snow by bursting at the base of his feet. Naruto broke through the trees to the clear area that Goku lived in. Naruto kept hoping one day for snow to settle, but still nothing. Oji-san. Naruto called out. Goku didn't reply. Oji-san. Naruto glanced inside the hut. Oji-san. Nothing round back. Geez, he must be off doing something. Let's see. He's got wood. Food stacked up. So he's not hunting. Nothing's out of place. Naruto frowned. Guess I'll just have to wait. And wait he did. It was late afternoon when Goku returned. Naruto was asleep in the hut when Goku entered. Goku smiled at the blonde. Hey up Naruto, you lazy bones. Naruto grunted as he rolled on his side from the tap. Wasn't rest well one of your rules? Sleeping doesn't count as rest even on my floor. Now up. Naruto sighed and stood. He walked to the wall and grabbed his package. Here Naruto said in his tired state. Goku blinked. For me? Naruto nods. I thought you may like something for Christmas. So I got you this. Thanks Goku said, setting it beside the small tree he had in there. I'll open it on the day. And seeing as we're exchanging gifts, Naruto blinked as two packages were put before him. What? The Naruto muttered, stunned. This was the first time he got gifts from people beside the third. For me? Naruto asked, surprised. Goku nods. You can open it if you wish. Naruto looked at it. But shook his head. No, I'll wait till the day. It's only fair. Goku smiled. Okay, so you heading back? I best I've wasted my entire day waiting. I'll see you sometime soon, Oji-san. Goku smiled as Naruto made his way to the door. Later Naruto. Come by if you want. I won't mind a visit. Naruto nods. I'll try come. Naruto then shut the door. Goku smiled. Well see. The days passed and Naruto took time to do something he's not done for a while. Prank. Yes, an old sport for Naruto now. He did this for two reasons. One was because when ninja chased him, it helped him improve his body and stamina. And two, it's always funny to see their face when a group of male shinobi have been dyed blue-eye on the hot springs. But the 25th came and Naruto awoke that morning. Normally these days left him sad with the fact he was alone and no one on these days. But this time, he had a reason to be happy. And he now grinned as he looked at the orange packages. Naruto hit the wrapping like a tornado. The box lid hit the floor and Naruto blinked. There was a set of clothing folded up. A paper on the top. Naruto read the note. These will replace the old clothing. It's a bit more up to date. And I have new weighted clothing for you. Take a look and read this once you've put it on. Naruto picked up the clothing. Naruto decided to read as he put his clothing on. Knowing you ignored me and continued. Anyway, I had this outfit made like the last one. It's lightweight and can endure low-level ninjutsu. Naruto's right arm slipped out the black sleeve. I based the design off modern ninja to martial arts. This way you can perform both without trouble. A dark blue rest slipped over the top. A kanji for Go stitched into the back. This labeled Naruto one of Goku's students. I would recommend not using this outfit till after the winter. Unless you want a cold black baggy jeans slit up Naruto's legs with an orange belt clipping on the front. A spiral in red is the clip. This will be the base outfit for the next year till you get close to the end of your ninja training. Hope you enjoy. Naruto's wrists flicked forward as he felt the new black wristbands. Black boots with an orange strip up the middle. Naruto gripped a black sash tightening the blue vest up. Naruto looked at the mirror and grinned. The sleeves of the black shirt covered up to his elbows and the vest hung down not just below the waist. The outfit was fitted out with pockets for places to stick ninja tools. Naruto grinned. Since this was a base outfit, Naruto could give Goku tips on what he could do with next time and what he liked. He pulled up the paper. The final piece to this outfit is the new seal I had made. Only I can set the weight level and I have made it so when you push chakra into the seal on the belt, The outfit will return to the weight of 20 kilos. Give it a try. Naruto put his hand to the seal and it glowed. Naruto watched the glow fade before hoping a bit. Seemed to work. Because if it didn't, Naruto would have gone through the roof. He hadn't done that no, but watching Goku jump. Naruto smiled as he looked at the kanji on the back. It may have less orange. But he liked it nonetheless. He then sat down and went through the other package. Naruto blinked as he looked at the weapon placed inside. Naruto picked up the paper. As you grow you'll need new skills as both shinobi and martial artists. This Kodachi will be your weapon for the time being. There are scrolls listed with the training you will follow when you have free time. I will also like to recommend using the sash on the vest for the Bukzukuri style. This is the best placed style to keep the Kodachi. And remember to have the blade facing up. Naruto gripped the black sheath and black hilt. A soft click echoed as Naruto unsheathed the blade. Naruto stared in amazement at the fine reflective steel. Like waves it was that seemed to rush on the blade. The hilt was in a rectangular style. With gold studs running down the blade. Naruto smiled as he sheathed the blade. Naruto rested the sheath and looked at the mirror. He nodded. This is the best Christmas ever. Not bad I say, and sorry for the time it took for chapter 2. I've been playing Tales of Vesperia. And it's so cool. It's giving me some ideas for new fics and future ideas. Anyway I'm thankful you all waited and didn't ask where the next chapter was. So I may as well get this little bit over with. Now soon and the future Naruto's going to look really powerful. But I'm sure you're saying right now. He's training with Son Goku, of course he's going to be super powerful than normal, but there's more to this and I'm going to have a few things pop up. Like bloodlines. A unique one I hope. And I hope to have handicaps in this for Naruto. But I hope it doesn't turn out bad. Anyway I may as well leave with an ending song. I though this one would be good and I hope to get more people to look at this if they don't even know about it. This is for Team 4-Star. Haha. So people for signing out I give you the ghost who knows the most about Pokemon. Nappa. Lights dim on a stage. Vegeta Vegeta. Who what? Lights turn on. I'm hunting you. Nuo. Veg Jetta Jetta GGGG Jetta. Veg Jetta Jetta Ghost Nappa. Yeah. There's something strange in your neighborhood. That's who it is Ghost Nappa. There's something weird and it don't look good. That's who it is Ghost Nappa. Here we go. Vegeta Jetta 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 Jetta. Jetta Jetta Jetta, you know you love me as a ghost. Jetta 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 Jetta. Woo-oh. All y'alright come on sing this. Clap baby clap. Veg Jetta Jetta GGGG Jetta. All the things running through your head. That's who it is, Ghost Nappa. Who's the man sleeping in your bed? That's who it is woo-oh Ghost Nappa. Come on baby sing it. Vegeta Jetta 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 Jetta. Jetta Jetta Jetta, you know you love me as a ghost. Jetta 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 Jetta. Woo-oh. Naruto was slightly bouncing on his feet. Why you may ask. Simple. The day was Taijutsu lessons. Normally the physical lessons were just running. Now, they get to actually practice fighting in hand-to-hand combat. Naruto was itching to see how well he had improved. True he may not have learned any fighting style yet but with what he's been learning, he could clearly see his body was improving. He could clearly see that when he noticed the muscles in his arms were more noticeable than the others around him. Okay. Haruka spoke up. As I explained before the break. We will be trying a new technique to teaching you. Naruto with the students nod. The academy decided to put classes in groups of people on their level. There was group level 5 who had trouble with the class. And level 1 who learned at a higher level to others. They used this to help students excel by showing their improvements as they go up a level. Everyone was going to be tested in each set and moved with a group of people to a teacher to learn more skilled techniques of their level to the slow learners. Naruto's hand twitched. If there was one thing he knew he was good at. His strength was at the top. And he'll use it to his advantage to get him up in the class. So let's go from AZ and last names. Naruto sighed as he sat down and watched Shino step forward. The task was simple. Haruka would spar one-on-one with a student and see what level they worked at. True not everyone is going to be great at all skills. But ones who are skilled in more classes have better chance at being long-lasting shinobi. Naruto watched as Haruka sparred with each student. And studied his movements. But Naruto wasn't alone and it helped as he watched others prepare for the same move and go for a counter only to fail. Haruka wasn't a chunin for a reason. He's a skilled shinobi and Naruto shouldn't hope to outdo the older male. But with what he's got for knowledge he may be able to surprise the chunin for a small bit before being beaten. Naruto also took note to study his sensei. Haruka was going to be faster and stronger. But how much was what Naruto was trying to gauge. And also added to the fact Haruka was longer than Naruto. All this had to be gauged if he wanted to get better grades. As Haruka finished with Sasuke, Naruto grinned. His turn as he made his way over Iruka spoke up. Seeing as we are getting short of time. Ino will fight with you Naruto. Seeing as you're the last two in the class. Naruto blinked. Naruto watched a blonde girl walk by and Naruto remembered her as one of Sakura's old friends and Sasuke's fangirl. Naruto stood beside the girl. Naruto watched as Iruka got ready. You may start when you wish. Ino rushed forward and Naruto followed. Let's see what you're made of sensei. Naruto burst sideways and pushed forward as Iruka blocked Ino's strike. Naruto rushed Iruka from his side. The Chunin twisted his feet and dragged Ino to his side as a shield. Naruto flipped up and over the pair before rotating in the air and kicking out. Iruka ducked and pushed Ino aside and moved to counter Naruto. Naruto pulled his body backward, dodging the fist and gripped Iruka's arm. With a tug he went for a double kick, which the Chunin blocked. Gotcha! Ino yelled going on the attack. Iruka stepped back and released Naruto into the air. The blonde landed as Ino's footing went. Naruto stopped her fall and helped her back up. Steady, no point rushing him when he's got more skill. Naruto muttered. And what do you think we should then? Ino muttered back. It's about reading his movement, we time our actions, it will improve our chances in the future. I have an idea if you're willing to listen. Iruka smiled as he watched Naruto and Ino plan their next move. Iruka could clearly tell what they were saying. One of the things you learn as a ninja is lip reading. Let's see what you two can do. Oh, Naruto said looking full at Iruka. Both rushed out to the side and Iruka glanced to them both. Ino twisted and went for Iruka's upper body and Naruto rushed the lower. Iruka sidestepped backwards as Naruto smirked. Naruto gripped Ino's right arm and with a rotation in his foot threw the girl at the Chunin. Iruka blocked the double kick as Naruto rushed forward with Iruka's arms blocked. But Iruka wasn't about to give up the game yet as he pushed Ino off of him and went for a kick at Naruto. Naruto tilted back dodging the kick and slid his feet at Iruka's feet kick. The Chunin hopped Naruto. But where he thought he was safe vanished as Naruto's hand gripped ankle and pulled him forward. And landed with a thud. The bell rung and the students began to leave. Each muttering over what they just saw. Naruto panted as he stood. Ino groaned as he sat up. That push from Iruka had shaken her up a bit. But a bruise was maybe all she would get. Well done, Iruka breathed as he got up. Yeah, well, we should be lucky you had to spar with all the others. You were bound to tire. Naruto said walking over. Still, you two did well. I hope to see you improve in the future to come. Naruto grinned. Thanks, sensei. I best be going, I'm going for ramen. Naruto said taking off. Iruka smiled as Naruto raced out the room and a tired Ino walked off. Iruka pulled out his notepad and made notes on it. Though Ino showed skill level 3 suits her standard of skill. Naruto on the other hand 4 maybe 5. Iruka rubbed his chin. Naruto was something he going to enjoy watching improve. Focus. Naruto closed his eyes as he stood in the center of the set of wooden poles. Naruto's eyes snapped open. Now. Naruto gripped his weapon's hilt and in a one slash, Naruto's blade rested to the back of him. Naruto waited a second before sighing. Still not enough, Naruto mused as he noted the wooden poles. Each were set at a point around him so that it could be useful that if he was surrounded. How much damage could he do from one draw slash? The poles showed that Naruto wasn't hitting well enough. Mainly for the fact is that the blade weighed as heavy as him. When he had gone to see Goku to thank him. Goku had offered to help him by weighting his sword. Making it harder to swing but will improve arm strength and when it comes to using the blade without it. He could attack in a blink of an eye. Naruto believed that for the fact when Goku cut wood, the axe never seemed to move when Goku cut. Sure, he heard the noise. But no movement. And it was so controlled. This made Naruto determined to meet that standard. He was determined to cut all these wooden poles with a heavy blade in his hand. But he to work slowly. Doing broad swings and keeping his control so that the blade doesn't throw him off his footing. This also would take time. But luckily he has just over a year to get his skills to a standard Goku would be pleased with. And he was determined to do it to a T. Naruto sheathed his blade and returned to his spot. And began to repeat the same attack again. He would keep going till he cut all the poles or had to go back to Goku's for his little odd jobs. Naruto's eyes snapped open and he unleashed a wide swing. Naruto waited for the sound of a broken pole hitting the floor. But nothing. Slowly time rolled by as Naruto's training went up step by step. His running seemed near endless. And Naruto's skills of techniques and everyday things improved as well. In this time Goku slowly teach Naruto proper training. Mainly such with the sword fighting. Goku also began to teach Naruto in hand to hand. Even if it wasn't much. All Naruto was taught was stance and movement. How to get the best of a strike from places it would be hard to make an attack. And what to do when on offensive and defensive. But unbeknown to Naruto. Goku was preparing to begin teaching Naruto. Over the months, Goku had watched Naruto's skills increase at a good pace as he had expected. And more so. But he also knew Naruto had a lot of hidden potential still needing to unlock before Goku is sure it will be time to tell Naruto the truth. So as Goku packed his bag. Now being into the 6th month of the year. Naruto had a summer break and Goku was going to give Naruto a boost that will put him beyond what Naruto could ever believe to reach. Slowly the Saiyan stood and walked to the door. After making one last glance he shut the door and walked off from his small home in the forest. Elsewhere, Naruto was pondering as he looked at the shogi board. Shikamaru was watching and waiting in a tired state. You going to make a move sometime this year? Naruto grunted in annoyance before moving the knight forward. Check. Naruto said with a grin. He's been hoping to finally get Shikamaru. Checkmate. Shikamaru spoke up taking Naruto's knight and leaving the king nowhere to go or be protected. Naruto groaned and hung his head in shame for poor tactics. The sound of footsteps echoed but Naruto didn't look behind him. Shikamaru glanced up. Being as this was his family house, he would like to know the person walking round. And you are Shikamaru asked looking just behind Naruto. I'm here for Naruto. Naruto blinked and looked up to see Goku. Naruto grinned. Oji-san. Naruto said turning and standing. Goku smiled. That your things? Naruto blinked. Time for your real training to begin. Slowly as it began to register. Naruto's face broke out into a large grin. Yada. Naruto yelled as he jumped. Goku chuckled as Naruto raced off. I'll see you at the gate. Naruto said running round the corner. Goku chuckled before walking off. I still don't know who you are. Goku stopped before glancing to Shikamaru. Normally it would be troublesome. But as I've never seen you in the village or around. It would not be right to see a friend run off with a stranger to the village. Goku smiled. Hakurado. That's my name. Goku said turning and walking off. Shikamaru sighed rubbing the side of his head. Weird guy. Naruto's grin never faded as he raced up to the gate. Goku stood some distance off to the side watching people leave and enter before looking at Naruto. Goku smiled before Naruto stopped before him. Where we going? Naruto asked. It was easy to tell with Goku's backpack that they were going somewhere far. Goku smiled before putting his hand on Naruto's head. Goku's hand glowed before Naruto could blink. Naruto, along with Goku, wore brown cloaks with brown basket hats. String tied under the chin. Out to the land of Iowa. That's our first stop. Goku said waking off. Naruto blinked and followed. Iowa, but that's like really far out from Konoha. If the old man knew I was missing. Don't worry, just relax and focus on your training. Goku said as they continued out the gate and into the forest. So why we going to the land of Earth? Goku smiled to Naruto. I'm going to be teaching you 3 different things on our travel. Goku said with a smile. The first is hand-to-hand combat. You and I will fight in lots of different locations. Places where you have to think fast or you'll get hurt quickly. Goku said as he rolled out a second finger. 2. I'm going to be teaching you an energy you'll be able to tap into thanks to my training, and 3. I'll be teaching you the fundamentals of it all. Naruto looked at Goku in confusion. Goku smiled. Don't worry. You're the sort who learns from doing things more than listening to it. So just enjoy the fact you'll be learning more of the lands up close. And as a future shinobi. Learning terrain is extremely useful for future fights. Naruto nods. So where in Iowa we going? Goku glanced to Naruto. That's a secret till we get close. So don't worry. Naruto sighed. As the pair traveled, Naruto enjoyed the travel from the forest to open land. As they passed farming land, Goku stopped by the fence and glanced out to the farmer. Oji-san. Naruto blinked as Goku hopped the fence and made his way across the field. Naruto watched as Goku talked to the man on the horse and plow. Goku turned to Naruto and waved him over. Naruto rushed across the field as the man on the plow was pulled away. Naruto looked from the farmer to Goku. Goku glanced to Naruto. I have a training exercise. Naruto blinked. Doing what? Plowing the field. With only your hands. Goku watched Naruto blink, glanced to the wide open field. Then cleaning his ears out. I'm sure I didn't just hear you say that. Yep. You heard me. Goku looked out to the field. I want you to dig the trenches with your bare hands. And you have all day to do it. And the faster you do it, the quicker we can move on to our location. Naruto sighed. Okay, I best get started. Then Naruto handed his bag to Goku. Goku smiled as Naruto got to work. On the way, Naruto. You'll be doing a lot of tasks like this. I know you're annoyed that it stops you from getting closer to training fully. But we have enough time. Goku watched as Naruto began to dig. It was slow, and by the end of lunchtime, to Naruto's amazement, he was done. He now sat with Goku in the shade as they drank cold milk. Good work. Goku said as he put his hand on Naruto's head. Naruto grinned. I'm surprised I got it done so quickly. Goku took a sip. I'm not. After all, I know more than you do. Goku must. Thank you for your help, you too. The farmer said. It would have taken me all day at my pace. You can stay for some food if you like. It's the least I can do. No, that's okay. Goku said, putting his glass down. We best be going. Goku said, standing. And I at least know the names of the ones who helped me. Naruto opened his mouth. My name is Son Goku, this is my grandson Gohan. Naruto blinked, looking at Goku. As the pair left, Naruto spoke up. Goku sighed. Naruto, you can't have people finding out you're away from the village. My name is not heard of as much. But you're from a village where everyone knows your name. It's only a matter of time before a blonde boy named Naruto comes up and they'll be searching for you. Oh. So try to remember your name around other people unless I say otherwise. His son Gohan. Was that really your grandson's name? Goku glanced to Naruto. My son's actually. But it's more believable because of our appearance and age difference. Uncle and grandson. That's how we'll represent each other on our travels. Naruto nods. Okay, so where we stopping tonight? We'll visit every town we come to. Seeing as we're not traveling that fast. So you may as well relax and rest easy with the fact that you'll be 10 times stronger than you are right now if we play our cards right. 10 times? Naruto pondered at the thought. Is that really possible? From one day to the next. Goku and Naruto traveled. Helping in odd jobs that Goku would have Naruto do with means of making him stronger. But not only was there work. They made friends also in places. Some from being an old couple having trouble with shopping. To young children, one of such young girl had been cornered by some older men and with Naruto's swift work, tackled and ran with the girl to Goku, who made short work of them in less than 10 seconds. But slowly they left the lands of fire and reached the border. This border connected to the lands of wind, fire and earth. The land of rain. Thunder cracked overhead as Naruto and Goku walked the marshy waters. Naruto was busy with teaching himself a jutsu from the academy. Bunshin. Naruto called only for an ill-looking clone to appear. Naruto grumbled as they continued to walk. How long does it rain out here? Naruto asked as they walked. A lot, it's near constant. Hence the reason it's called the land of rain. Goku said as they continued to walk. Still can't believe we have to cross through here to reach Iowa, makes no sense. You shouldn't mind the rain, Naruto. It's supposed to be calming. Not very help for me and this blood Bunshin. Watch that language, Naruto-kun. But don't worry, Naruto. You'll do it, promise. You'll make a Bunshin. Naruto smiled. Thanks. No problem. Goku said as they continued to walk quietly. As they walked, the water behind the pair rippled and pulled into the air. Naruto's body stiffened as he heard something, and acting on an instinct his blade was drowned and he blocked the blade that connected. Naruto was pulled off his feet and flung across the water. Naruto groaned as he stood. He blinked as he saw Shinobi standing there. He was a large muscular man wielding a huge axe. The symbol for water with a scratch across it. The man growled. Hand over your money food, otherwise you're next, old man. The Nukenin said, looking at Goku. Goku glanced in his direction. It wouldn't be wise to threaten an old man. Goku said with a mild glare. Leave before I force you to. The man smirked. You're dead. The axe slung down and crashed into the water. The man panted and blinked as Goku stood back from the blade. That it? Goku asked with a smile. The man growled and twisted the axe with the point at the end and swung up. Goku flipped backwards, dodging the blade. The man roared, turning to Naruto in his momentum. You brat. Naruto, who had been watching the two, blinked as he realized the axe was going to be thrown at him. You know, Goku spoke in front of the man as his right hand rested out. The fingers pressing against the blade with a light glow. You should always listen, Goku spun, pushing the blade into the air. The man stumbled as Goku faced him and put his left hand out. To your elders, Goku said as a circle of white energy appeared and hit the man. Naruto watched in awe as the man was blown from sight into the vast open marsh. Stand up, Naruto. Naruto blinked before quickly standing. He would be complaining about the water if he wasn't awed by what he saw. Goku walked his way. Let's fetch your blade. Naruto nods as they turned to the spot the blade dug in. That was amazing, Oji-san. Naruto said as he flicked the dirt from the blade. He was about to sheath it when Goku took it from him. It's not very impressive. Goku said, drying the blade on his cloak. He handed it back to Naruto. Why did he attack? Goku sighed. We sort of made it easy for him. Seeing as we're off from the path and crossing open marsh in the dark rain. Plus he's a missing ninja. He was bound to not have supplies and attack an old man and boy. Nice work with that instinct of yours. Naruto grinned as the rain began to stop. It was nothing, but I don't know what happened, it was as if I'd moved like that before. Goku smiled. Maybe it's just basic instinct. His subconscious still holds a lot of memory. I didn't expect it to be that close to the surface. Goku turned as he waved Naruto to follow. Best be careful, it's not time yet for that, not for a few more years. Let's get going, Naruto. Let's get to the border before the rain comes. Naruto quickly ran up beside him. Why can't we stay in rain, Oji-san? It's not a safe place. So no more questions. Naruto nods. I wonder why. It took a day to full pass rain and into the borders of Iowa. It was a fresh new morning for the pair as they were jogging up a stone path that carts and travelers took through the mountains to reach Iowa and its many small towns. Both blinked as a cart passing waved to them. They stopped as the cart stopped to the side of them. Best turn round you two, the old man spoke. The tunnel through the mountain had a landslide. Iowa ninja will be hours before you can get through. That's okay, we'll be fine. We're heading to the Earth Temple. Naruto blinked as Goku told him of their location. And don't worry. I'm sure we'll be able to sort out. Later, Goku said as they walked on. Naruto glanced back to the old man before back to Goku. Earth Temple? Naruto asked. Goku nodded. We'll be spending time at all 5 main element temples. Earth is the first one. Fire will be our last. It's up in the mountains, but let's see if we can't do something about the cliff. Who knows, you might learn something here. Naruto blinked in surprise. Really? What? Naruto asked in excitement. Goku chuckled. Wait and see. The pair continued to climb and passed carts returning downhill till the path was clear or to find another way around. It wasn't long before they reached the line of carts and made their way to the front. When they got to the front, they found people trying to use makeshift explosives to destroy. Let it rip. One yelled as they pushed the trigger. There was an explosion. But the rocks hardly moved. Geez, Goku smiled, walking. Please allow us. Goku motioned Naruto to put his bag. The two walked forward and Naruto turned to Naruto. What, I'm going to teach you a technique known as the Kamehameha. Though you may not know how to control it. It's about focusing your energy and firing it out at the rocks. I'll demonstrate. Goku stepped forward and Naruto watched. Ah, Goku said, cupping his hands forward. Me, Goku drew it back. Naruto blinked as something like blue chakra gathered in Goku's hand. Ha, me, the light shone brightly. Ha. Naruto watched in awe as a blue beam fired at the rock slide and a huge explosion whipped up. Naruto covered his face as the wind rushed past. But when it cleared, Naruto looked at the now clear path. Only for a rock to fall on the path. Goku smiled. This will be your target. Now don't call out the technique. Just do as you saw me. Naruto nods. Okay, like he did. Naruto cupped his hands forward and drew it back. Goku stood off to the side. Let's see how you do. Naruto thrust his hands forward and a beam as thick as Naruto's head shot forward. It blew a hole in the rock and Naruto looked in awe and surprise. Goku clapped. But it's beginning to flow. That proves you can begin the use of Kai. Naruto blinked. What is Kai? Naruto asked. It's the life force in every being. You have to train to use it. It's the only way to be able to control it. Oh, so is that why you've been making me do all those odd jobs? Pretty much. Watch your step. Naruto's foot slipped and Goku's hand shot out. Naruto looked down the side of the mountain as the rock fell. You sure climbing up the side was better than walking up? Naruto asked. I know this is training, but I want to live to be as old as you, Oji-san, Naruto said as Goku pulled Naruto up. Where's your sense and fun? Besides, after this, you will no longer need that weighted clothing. Really? Naruto asked as he climbed. Honest? You can finally begin to fight free of that weight. Naruto grinned as they looked to the top. What are we waiting for? Let's get to the top. Naruto yelled as he began to climb faster. Steady, you go too fast, you'll slip. Then all that training will be for nothing. Naruto stopped. True. Slowly they reached the top and as they stood on flat ground, Naruto looked at awe at the sight before him. The view was the sight of the rest of Iowa. Just below was a large stone temple. Naruto looked at the sight of men in monk's robes fighting in hand-to-hand combat. What they? Naruto muttered as Goku began to walk down. Naruto quickly followed. The temples are different to ninja. They work on focusing their powers in hand-to-hand combat with their element. Earth is the main temple for hand-to-hand combat because Earth is a strong force. So this is why I picked here. You will learn with the monks and train with me as well. When I believe you are ready, we will move to the next temple. While Naruto glanced about as the monks sparred, Goku and Naruto stopped before an elderly male. Greetings, welcome to our temple. Hello, my name is Son Goku, this is my grandson Gohan. Do you mind if we had a word, sir? Goku asked. The man nods. Please follow me. The three entered the temple. How the old man blinked as he looked at the pair. Live here and train. I know it's not a rare thing to hear. But we're traveling from temple to learn new skills. Gohan's planning to become a ninja in future and I believe that training here with the monks will help him for the better. I don't know, but I guess I can't say no to such a young person willing to learn. You will have to go by the temple rules and wear the temple clothing. And take part in the temple activities. Goku nods. Goku nods. We can do that. Thank you. Goku said, bowing his head. Right, Gohan. Naruto looked over and nods. Hi. And so Naruto's training will begin properly. And for the next weeks to come, Naruto was going to find out more about himself than he ever knew possible. As we can see, I'm finally going to begin Naruto's true training. This may cover 2 to 3 chapters. Not long before I finally begin Naruto's ninja tale. Chapter 4. Smoke littered the rocky field as Naruto appeared out the smoke. He flipped and landed on a rock and quickly glanced about. Focus. Naruto's eyes widened and Goku appeared behind him. Another explosion appeared one after another as Naruto and Goku dashed along the rocky outcrop. Naruto panted as he rested flat against the rocky walls. His body was bloody and covered in dirt and scars. His uniform was a mess and Goku was being heavy-handed. He never knew it would be this hard. Only a weekend ago he never thought he would be in a situation like this. Here you will be staying. The elder of the temple spoke, showing Goku and Naruto their room. The room was nothing but mats and a window. The elder was a bald-headed man with a long white beard. He wore a white cloak over his temple garments. "It's so bare," Naruto muttered. "We do all our tasks together. You will begin to get used to it. I will have your clothing ready soon." "Clothing?" Naruto asked. "Living under our temple roof. You must follow the example of the monks." Naruto nods. "Okay. The bell will ring for dinner and I will greet you to the brothers." The room shut and Naruto sighed. Goku put his bag down by the wall and took a deep breath. "Oji-san, what will I be doing for training?" Goku glanced over with a smile. "For starters, you will follow the monks' example of life. Each of the temples focuses on an element and they play their role to it. You'll understand that the earth temple will be different, wind or fire." "How will this help with me mastering air Kai, was it?" Naruto asked. "Kai comes in all kinds of elements, Naruto. But, unlike chakra, you have no set amount of elements." "Chakra elements?" Naruto muttered as he sat before Goku. The older male took a long breath. "That's right, you're still too young for that. Actually, scratch that. You can only be a genin to begin to know something like this. Here, I'll try explain this to you." Goku took out a scroll and some ink. "You already know about chakra, but I'll dip into the more technical bit. Each and every ninja has an elemental affinity. It could be one of the 5. Earth, lightning, wind, fire and water. By the time you're Jonin you could have up to at least 3 main elements." "Can I use all the elements though?" Naruto asked. "Yes, but if you are not under the element your chakra is, it won't be as strong. Like say someone of a water chakra used a water dragon jutsu or someone who hasn't got that elemental chakra used the same attack. The one with Suiton in their chakra would win." "Oh," Naruto muttered. Goku continued. "But with these 5 elements, each one works against the other. Let's start with wind. That wins against lightning. But loses to fire. Where fire loses to water and water loses to earth. And lightning beats earth." Goku nods. "You got it. It's best to know how to beat a foe by how they use a jutsu. So be careful. Otherwise if you used something like wind attack on someone and they attacked with fire, you would be no better than them rabbits we ate." Naruto shuddered at the thought. "Now with Kai it's different. You have no set element with Kai. So you can use anything you want. And the elements don't apply with chakra. And one last thing. There are 2 other affinities to Kai. Light and dark. These are all the main elements in Kai." Question. "Yes?" Goku asked. "Can I use moves like say an ice attack?" "Well, not really. There is one way to do it with chakra. You need a bloodline." "Huh? Bloodline?" Naruto asked. Goku sighed. "This is going to be a long afternoon. And even I don't know everything. I wish I asked Minato more before doing something like this." A day went by and the pair was greeted to the rest of the temple before eating. Afterwards Goku and Naruto returned to their room and Goku spent the rest of the night trying to answer as many of Naruto's questions. Sadly for Goku, they never came back to Kai for the rest of the night. Morning came on their first day and Naruto was sleeping peacefully only to be shaken out his bed by a loud gong. "What the?" Naruto yelled, jumping up. He raced to the door to see monks leaving. "What's going on?" Naruto asked. Monks walked past. "Morning meditation. Best get ready and catch up." Naruto looked to the man pointing at the package by the door. Naruto took the package into the room and shut the door. Goku yawned. "That our clothing?" Goku asked. Naruto nodded. "We're supposed to get ready and go to morning meditation." Goku nods. He took the larger package and both got changed. As both left the room Naruto looked at his feet as he gave a light hop. Naruto wore light brown slack with a white sash. A long white flap rested on the front. The body of his clothing was covered in black jiggered patterns. He wore white wristbands and sockless sandals. Goku walked out in the same clothing. "We really have to wear this. Earth Temple is the main focus of one's body." The elder spoke behind the pair. "One's body cannot improve if it is covered up. And it must face the elements like everyone should. Now please follow, we must join our brothers." Naruto glanced up to Goku. But we're not staying here full time. Why do we have to wear stuff like this? Naruto asked. Remember. We follow their rules. It would be an insult to them if you wore what you wanted after they let you in. Naruto hung his head. Sorry, Naruto muttered. Goku patted Naruto's head. You learn. And just be careful not to catch a cold. Why? Naruto didn't get his answer from Goku as they stepped out into the courtyard. A sudden chill rushed in and Naruto shivered. It was like he was in ice. It's so cold. We are high in the mountains, course it's going to be cold. Now come on, we must be quiet and join the rest. Goku said, walking over. Naruto watched as Goku sat cross-legged and sat with his eyes closed like all the others. Naruto sat down beside Goku. The body shivered as the wind howled. He glanced about and found no one shaking in the cold. He glanced to Goku and found the same. Naruto closed his eyes again. If they could do it, so would he. Time went by quietly. Naruto let his mind wander as he wondered why he even had to sit here. Why did they have to sit in quiet and close their eyes? It made no sense. Slowly Naruto began to lose focus with his thoughts and all became quiet in his mind. He listened to all that was around him. The birds that flew overhead. The fish in the pond to the side of the temple. Naruto had not yet realized that the reason for doing this task was to clear one's mind. To become one with the surroundings, and sitting around the rocky outcrop was to help one mold with earth. Naruto had become so calm that he jumped when he heard this noise. The RRRRP. Naruto blinked as he realized what just happened. Slowly all heads turned to him as he became red with embarrassment. No one sniggered. If it had been someone else, Naruto would have laughed his ass off. But right now he just wanted to vanish. But he guessed it was a good thing no one laughed. Maybe at one time or another they had let it rip by accident. Guess it just surprised them that it was so loud. Naruto couldn't focus after that, and when the bell rung everyone stood and began to leave. Don't worry, it's happened to us at one time or another. A monk said to Naruto as they walked by. Naruto blinked as some gave thumbs up. Like saying nice one. Naruto now didn't know how to feel. I must say, Naruto jumped as the elder cropped up again. It's been a long time since that's happened. Sorry, Naruto muttered. The old man chuckled. Don't worry. You're not the first and won't be the last. It's happened to nearly everyone. But they've learned to control so not to distract people. But then again, when something like that happens, it brings people back to a sense of normality before becoming a monk again. Naruto blinked. What? Naruto blinked as Goku put a hand on his shoulder. He's saying that things like this is good to always bring out a more human side. You saw people's reactions. They're doing something they rarely get to do. Seeing as it must be rare to some emotions outside of the calm quiet persona of the temple. Oh, Naruto muttered as Goku walked off. But Goku spoke as he stopped. Don't think about doing it as a constant thing. A temple is supposed to about centering one's body. Trying to be funny will do no good for the temple. No matter how boring it is. Naruto frowned. To live out here with no means of fun. Is that what temples are like? Naruto sat quietly through breakfast before the gong rung out. Slowly monks finished eating and cleaned the mess. Naruto quickly finished off his food and followed. Naruto glanced to Goku. The old man he knew would have shoveled food down. But he ate so little to normal amounts and eats it calmly. It was like Goku was a different person. Slowly the monks entered the outdoors and Naruto watched as slowly monks paired up and quickly began to spar. When Naruto spoke. He flinched as he felt as if someone stood behind him. The morning begins with light sparring. It is not technically meant for people to fight after just eating. But that is the factor to this. Huh? Naruto asked as he regained his cool. People could be attacked at any time, young Gohan. One has to be able to control their stomach and fight back. It's about focus on the inner body. Just look at your grandfather. Naruto watched as Goku blocked a right downward swing with the left arm and gripping tight with his left arm and pressing the right hand under the man's stomach. Goku used the momentum to force the man over his head onto his back. Goku bowed as the man groaned. For a man his age. He's well trained, the elder muttered. Is there a style to this fighting? Or is it anything goes? The old man glanced to Naruto. There is a style, do you wish to learn it? Naruto nods. The style you will learn is Kai-Ken. The Earth's Fist. It's not an easy art to learn, but then again, none of the temple's arts are. Trust me sir, I'll master this art before I leave. The old man chuckled. We'll see if you have that energy to say that after you get halfway. He turned and walked off. Follow. Naruto made one last glance to Goku before following. They made their way down a stone path till they stopped by the lake. Around Naruto were rocky outcrops. Why we down here? Naruto asked. I can, for one, to master the basics, must work in that element's environment. The old man glanced to the rock pillars. Take that rock pillar. Naruto looked over to it. Well, ones who can use chakra could crumble it. A user of the element of Doten could turn it to dust. You can use Earth style. The old man glanced to Naruto. It is that reason I was given the title of Temple Guardian. I protect the temple with my mastery of Kaiken. Naruto glanced about. So what am I going to do? I would like you to spar. I want to see what you can do. The old man spoke. Naruto grinned. Last night Naruto got to finally feel what it was like to be rid of his weight. And he felt so light that he spent most of the time trying to control his body movement. Now he was going to show the old man what he was made of. I'll try not to hurt you, Oji-san. Naruto said. The old man chuckled. It should be the other way around. Naruto pushed forward and dashed with odd speed. The old man had to move fast to deflect Naruto's right fist. His speed is impressive. He ducked Naruto's jump and right kick. But he's still just a boy. The old man slid back along the ground as Naruto landed. Naruto rushed forward as the old man slid his right leg across the front. Naruto stumbled as he ground left his feet. Naruto looked up and he didn't even get time to react as a large chunk of rock slammed into his chest. Naruto bounced along the ground. Ouch, Naruto moaned in his head. Stand up, lad. Is that all you've got? I haven't even begun to fight. Naruto put his right hand down and flipped himself to his feet. Naruto patted his chest. Okay, this guy is really good. I'll have to be careful. Naruto rushed forward again. The old man dodged the right fist. But before Naruto could turn and attack, earth cracked under Naruto and he stumbled. A knee came to his face and he was kicked to the water. Naruto growled and twisted. He skidded onto his hands and feet only to see a large rock again. The monk stopped as a large plum of water shot up. What's going on? One of the monks spoke. Seems that boy is fighting Tenchi Dono. Another monk spoke. Slowly, one by one each made their way to the cliff edge and looked down to see what was happening. You're fast, the old man spoke as Naruto panted. The ground beside him was blown away by the rock. Is he trying to kill me? Naruto asked himself. Naruto growled as he stood. No, he's just toying with me, not taking me serious. I'll show him. Naruto smirked. Let's try something different. Naruto rushed forward. Same moves again, boy. The old man dodged to the left and Naruto slid beside him. Naruto smirked as he hopped and flipped out the way of the crack and spun. He twisted as he was still moving and as he landed pushed forward. The old man dodged again as Naruto slid with his right fist and quickly rolled to dodge the ground. I've just got to keep moving. Staying still will only throw it in his favor. Naruto turned and rolled as a rock shard shot past him. Naruto quickly dodged the next. You're good, but let's see how you handle this. Tenchi scrapped the ground and multiple shards of rock jumped into the air. Naruto could only blink as the old man's right hand blurred, hitting each one of the rocks. Naruto brought up his arms as he was rained on by the shards. His vision was blocked by his arms and he was struck in the chest by a large rock. Naruto was blown back into the water. The kid did well, but Tenchi Dono is a master of the Kaiken. We are nowhere near good enough. Naruto gasped as he surfaced. Slowly he made his way to the bank with a glum look. Tenchi stood before Naruto. Young lad, you are rather unique. But after fighting you, I can tell that the art of Kaiken is not your style. Huh? Naruto blinked. Kaiken is a power-based art. You're not the sort yet to learn this style. Your body is more too offensive. Which is covered in the arts of fire, wind and water. Earth is power and defense. Naruto sighed. But can I at least learn it? After all, don't all Taijutsu-based users learn different styles if one is not effective against a foe? And by moving from that style to another, it throws the enemy off by not expecting the change. The old man smiled. Very well, but as I've said, it won't be easy. And all of you. Tenchi spoke looking at the monks. Back to your training. Or suffer the punishment. The monks quickly rushed off. Tenchi looked to Naruto. I'll let your grandfather know you'll be spending the next week with me. Is that okay, Gohan-kun? Naruto nods. And so it began. For Goku it just made things more difficult. But he could wait. Learning one-on-one with masters of a temple were hard things to achieve. But for Naruto, Goku wouldn't be surprised if he learned all the elemental fighting arts. So Goku's lessons on Kai was put aside. And Naruto trained under Master Tenchi. But apart from learning what he could, he still had to follow the monks' rules. Naruto and Goku worked together on the tasks with the other monks. From cleaning rooms to cooking food. Which amazed Naruto that one could do so much with just rice-based meals. I don't know what you could do, but I'm sure there's plenty, right? Other tasks such as washing clothes and sweeping the outdoors also followed under the tasks. Naruto also began to take his meditation more seriously. Tenchi had fixed him with that. Naruto also took part in the jogs on the Wednesday and swim on the Friday. Tenchi could only watch to amaze as Naruto grasped each one of the basic forms of the Kaiken. True, he was no master of each form. But he was like a sponge. He couldn't understand by being explained. He grasped his knowledge by watching and seeing how it's done. This was how Naruto worked. As he watched Naruto destroy the rock pillar, the old man nodded with a smile. Time to put him to the test. As the sun rose, the monks stood side by side. Goku was chatting to the elder as they walked out. Naruto stood in the middle of the two rows. The two men stopped and looked to Naruto. Gohan, I can only say that you are one of the most unique students to ever come to the temple. Not as good as me back in my day, but still gather unique. Naruto smiled. You have shown me you can grasp the art of Kaiken to the level many here have attained. And in such a short time. Though it's not perfect. It is time for your final test. The old man took a breath. You will spar one-on-one with one of the monks of this temple. And by lasting as long as you can, if not winning. I will then decide if I can label you as the true monk of this temple. Please turn round and walk to the end, Naruto. Once you have, turn around and face your foe. Naruto nods and turned. Every step he took was nerve-wracking. He just hoped he could do this. Naruto stopped at the end and took a breath. Here goes. Naruto turned and froze. Ready? Goku asked as he stood at the other end. But Naruto muttered as he pointed to Goku. The elder spoke. Goku here requested the only person fit to fight you. Was your own grandfather. And if you ask any of the monks here who have spared with him. They would agree he is the best choice. Now stand straight, Gohan. And prove your worth. Begin the trial. The loud gong rung and Naruto gulped. Goku smiled. Show me your resolve, Naruto. Fight me with all you've learned, for I won't hold back. Goku shifted his left leg forward. His left arm followed, resting above it. Goku's right arm bent up behind him. Naruto nods. Here goes. Naruto took a breath. I still may not have fully mastered the arts as sensei said. But I will prove my worth. Naruto's right leg rested forward in a sort of crouch as Naruto brought his right arm forward with his palm out flat. His left back and his hand clawed. Goku vanished and Naruto's eyes widened. He didn't have time to react as Goku's right hand connected with his chest and Naruto was flung back out and over into the rocky outcrop. Naruto growled and twisted his body in the air and flipped and landed. Goku stood and faced the elder. Tenchi nodded and Goku jumped into the air. Your training begins here. Naruto looked up as Goku flew into the sunlight. What? Naruto's body jumped back at the sense of danger. Goku's fist impacted the ground, throwing up dust. Naruto shot back and tapped onto a rocky platform. He glanced and flipped back and landed on a tilted rock face. Where'd he go? Naruto glanced about quickly. Focus. Naruto froze as Goku spoke from behind him. His left arm back ready for a swift chop. Naruto glanced back and shifted his right foot round. The rock cracked and jumped up in front of Naruto as Goku swung. Another explosion whipped up and was quickly followed as Naruto ran. Damn! Naruto covered his face as he lost his footing. Naruto flipped forward as Goku swung with his right leg. Just skimming pasted the strong kick. Naruto's hand slid along the ground and rock shards hopped up. Naruto didn't get time to fight back as Goku was in front of him. The earth was blown up again and Naruto slid onto all fours. His body covered in scratches. He's leaving me no opening. I've got to fight back. Naruto stomped his foot into the ground and a shard of earth jumped up. Naruto spun and kicked out. The rock flew and Naruto heard a thud. The smoke cleared and Naruto watched as Goku appeared. He held the rock shard in his hand. That it? Goku vanished. That all you got? Naruto's felt like it hit a wall as Goku's knee connected. The cliff wall exploded as Naruto pounded into the wall. This what person who wants to become Hokage can do? This all my training been good for? Naruto panted as he rested against the cracked wall. Goku scowled. This what you made of? If so, how will you ever be able to protect anyone? Naruto clenched his fist. Don't you dare. Naruto growled. Don't you dare look down on my dream. Naruto yelled. Then where is the student I've trained? Is this all I've got for a student when he's truly put to the task? Naruto took deep breaths. Come on, Naruto, the person who gains the title of Kage has to protect the village. If you can't even stand after a kick like that and come back, you're not worth the title. You're not worth anything. Don't you dare, Naruto growled as his body glowed. Mock me. Naruto yelled as his chakra burst round him. Goku kept up a scowl. Then prove it. Naruto glared and rushed forward with a burst of speed. Goku caught Naruto's right fist and pulled him into his right left knee. Naruto's hand shot up and caught it, pulled his legs up and kicked Goku in the face. Goku released Naruto to dodge the double kick and as Naruto flipped, Goku spun with his right leg to kick Naruto. Naruto turned and tucked his body in to block the kick with all his body. He exploded through 3 rocks. Goku lowered his leg and gave a small smirk. That's it, Naruto. Let it become instinctual. Let them dormant memories flow. Let them take control and use your skills. Naruto slowly stood in the rubble. The 3 rock pillars resting behind him. Naruto had cracked them 3 times over in under a second to soften his impact. His body was shaking as he found it painful to move. But he wouldn't give up. He will show what he's made of. He was going to become Hokage and he will do everything to do it. No one will speak ill of his dream. Goku watched Naruto's eyes flicker to light blue and fade as Naruto crossed the ground in under a second. Goku smiled and vanished. Naruto flipped and landed on the rock face and flipped up into the air. He glanced about. He saw Goku standing down in the rocky area and Naruto growled. "Take this." Naruto roared as he cupped his hands back. The Kamehameha. Naruto yelled, firing the attack in a bright blue aura. "You're still not good enough yet, Naruto," Goku said as he batted the attack away. Naruto appeared in the bright light and punched out. Goku caught Naruto's right arm with his left. "Well done." Naruto's mouth gaped and Naruto flung Naruto into the rock face. It webbed out and Naruto panted heavily. "You okay?" Naruto slowly opened his eyes. Goku smiled at the exhausted look. "You're strong, Naruto, always remember that." Naruto grinned. And chuckled lightly before it died down and he passed out. Goku pulled Naruto free. "You're on your way, Naruto. Soon you'll be ready to tap into your true power. It's only a matter of time." Up above, the elder monk smiled. "All of you who saw this fight. Will never speak of this to anyone. Let it remain with us till we part from this world." "Hi, Tenchi Dono." The monk spoke in agreement. The days passed as Naruto recovered. It took a full week for him to recover and now he and Goku stood before the temple monks. The elder stood in front of them. "Thank you for visiting. I will not forget what is past. And I hope one day to see you both again." "Me too, Oji-san. And when I return, I'll be as strong as you. So I can fully fight you with giving your all." The old man smiled. "Let us see. I still have years ahead of me." Naruto watched as the old man gave Naruto a package. "Wear this when you visit a temple. The elders over the temple will understand it." Naruto nods. "Thank you. We best be going, Naruto. Our next stop is the water temple." Naruto nods as he turned with Goku. Both begin to leave and Naruto turned back and waved. The monks waved as the pair disappeared from sight. "I do hope he returns. I would like to see his improvements before this old man passes on. Now everyone back to your task. Meditation." "Hi. And there we have Earth Temple. Not back, I say. What is Goku talking about?" "Heh, like I'll tell you yet. I'm sure some of you would say it had a slight Avatar feel to it, but I think it's a good idea outside of the ninja arts. And after all, it's a monk's secret trade. Not even Naruto learned everything. Tell me what you think and I'll see you later." Chapter 5. It was a mid-morning as two figures walked through the mist. Both wore brown cloaks and reed hats. The shortest of the pair yawned. "So tired," Naruto yawned as they walked. "You should have slept more. I told you we would be getting an early start if we want to reach the water temple by nightfall." "I know," Naruto muttered. "I just wanted to work over the forms of Kai-Ken." "You should be listening more to me teaching you Kai right now. Chakra element-based fighting can wait." "I've heard what you told me," Naruto yawned. "I know the fact I have to learn now to control the Kai on the spot. And not let instinct summon it, which by the way. You won't say as to how I know it's instinct to summon Kai to that Kamehameha. As I've told you, I will explain the truth one day. Just let everything flow as normal and when the time comes, everything will fall into place. And you will understand everything that day. So don't ask what you won't get. You can't expect me now to wonder something so important that's connected to me and you won't tell me. It's like you know when everything will happen." Maybe. Naruto stopped and glanced to Goku. Naruto raised an eyebrow. "Can you see the future?" Naruto watched Goku walk by. Naruto sighed. "I'll find out one day," Naruto muttered. "Good boy." Naruto sighed as he walked. Over the past few days of traveling, Goku had been explaining to Naruto about Kai. Goku told Naruto that the fight was to push Naruto and show Goku what he wanted to see. He didn't explain what it was, but Naruto guessed it was some kind of instinct. The fight had been much a blur. All he knew was that he summoned the Kamehameha like a first-time pro. His speed had tripled and his actions when he attacked were that of someone with years of experience. Least that's what Naruto assumed. He could be way off. But Goku wouldn't say. But what Goku did say was what he was trying to explain to Naruto that night. Goku had shown Naruto the Kamehameha and wanted to see if he could do as much as Goku could when he first did the Kamehameha. With Naruto performing that attack, Goku could now begin to teach Naruto the better points of Kai. The first night away from the temple, Goku began to teach Naruto how to draw on his Kai. Much to Naruto's annoyance, he didn't draw on it straight away. But with the 3 days he's had since then, he's finally been able to draw on it. Now was the part where he had to draw on it in an instant. Only then could Naruto move on to step 2. The day passed with no sign of the mist, leaving it seemed it was mostly misty in the land of water due to the right temperature in the air that causes the water to release mist. As night fell, Naruto began to realize that they hadn't even gone uphill, more like down a bit, but nothing steep like Earth Temple. "Oji-san. I know what you're going to ask. And no, water temple isn't surrounded by a mountain. Water's closer to the earth. But wouldn't it be easier to get to? After all, Tenchi Oji-san said that temples can only be reached by those most determined. So how does one get to the water temple? You'll see. Naruto sighed as they walked. It didn't take long before Naruto and Goku stood before a large body of water. Naruto glanced about. Oji-san, where's Naruto blinked as Goku began to walk into the heavy mist. Goku vanished and a large splash echoed out. Naruto rushed forward. Oji-san. Naruto yelled as he ran into the water. He got no more than 5 steps before he lost all ground and went under. Naruto gasped in surprise and water was drawn in on instinct to breathing. At last Naruto remembered before blacking out was a dragging feel. Down the light blue-gray hallway. We come to a door and find inside in similar style to an earth temple room. Naruto lying in a blanket. Goku resting off to the side in his own. The sound of the gong brought Naruto to his senses. He blinked as his vision came back and as he remembered what happened, he shot up and looked about in worry. Upon seeing Goku he rushed over. Oji-san. Naruto yelled as he pushed at Goku. Naruto calmed down, Goku muttered. You're in the water temple. Naruto blinked. We are? Naruto asked looking about. Goku nods. We are. Maybe I should have mentioned before we entered, otherwise I wouldn't have been so embarrassed when I was told off by the temple monks for nearly drowning you, Goku said, rubbing the back of his head. He then stood. Address Naruto, we have to go meet the temple guardian. Naruto nods and dressed in the earth monk clothing. It wasn't much different, but now he wore a black vest on with a circle patch with the earth symbol stitched in. Goku dressed in his normal garb and both left the room. As both made their way outside, Naruto gasped in awe. It was a cave. The water temple was in a cave. We're in a cave? Naruto asked as he looked at Goku. Yeah, water temple is underground. It's under that lake above us. See, that's where we entered. Naruto looked to the right to see a jet of water coming out the rock wall. The water under here is drawn out by special seals made by the temple. It's dragged up back into the lake and the water is drawn back down. Any water that comes down in rain flows off into the river connected for flooding. Naruto glanced back at the voice. The person who stood there was a woman in her late 50s. She had short white hair and wore a white with light blue lace. A blue sash round the waist like the earth temple. She wore long blue gloves with white fins on the sides. My name's Kuri. I'm the temple elder and guardian. It's strange to have an earth temple student here, but you're not one, are you? Naruto shook his head. The woman walked up. I thought as much. I recognize the vest here. She said, rubbing the cloth between finger and thumb. So you've been learning the styles, huh? You must have done something impressive to convince Tenchi-san. Naruto glanced down embarrassed. Oh, you're so embarrassed. And so cute for a young man like young. Goku chuckled as Naruto blushed. My name is Son Goku and this is my grandson Gohan. We're traveling from temple to temple. But Gohan here seems to be trying to learn fighting styles. And you, sir? Kuri asked Goku. To enhance one's knowledge of fighting. I'm merely studying styles. And why would you want to learn our style, Gohan-kun? Seeing as you've learned Kaiken. As I said to Tenchi Oji-san. As a Taijutsu learner. One must learn more than one style. I'm no master of the earth temple, but by having knowledge of one sort of style, I can switch as a fight goes on. This way I surprise and take advantage of a foe with a style more suited. You said that. More or less. I've just tried to refine my explanation better. Naruto said, grinning. How cute, but. Kuri said as she rubbed Naruto's head. It won't be easy to work with water. But we'll see. I can see a lot of potential in you. Goku-san. You don't mind Gohan coming with me? As long as no harm comes to the child. And I can go about the temple as the other monks would. Very well. And don't worry, we like all temples don't work on the same lines as the village or the land. We aren't like the people who want to kill off bloodline carriers or are like people of the Mist Village. I never said you were, Goku said, walking off. Naruto blinked. What did you mean? Kuri looked to Naruto. You'll learn soon, Gohan, please follow me. Naruto followed Kuri into the temple. Is the earth temple the first you went to? Kuri spoke up. Hi. And what land do you come from? Fire. I see, Kuri said, rubbing her chin. Young Gohan, did Tenchi-san explain in depth about learning the elemental styles? All he said is that it wasn't my style to master. He said I'm offensive. Right, we earth is about power and defense. The pair went quiet. What's your element? Naruto blinked. Huh? Your chakra element. I don't know. I see, guess we'll have to look. The pair entered a temple room and the door closed behind them. Why? Naruto asked as Kuri sat on the large cushion. Naruto sat facing here. For one to learn the elemental style. You need the elemental chakra for it. Tenchi can use earth chakra. I use water chakra. Every temple elder and or guardian can use chakra elements to that temple. It's normally how they become that title for the temple, so he didn't question you. He said a spar would determine. It's why he originally told me I can't learn the style. Well, he was known to see someone's potential through fighting. He's a cunning devil and a true master of Kaiken. So what will we be doing? Well, first we need to see something. Kuri reached into a small pot and pulled out a slip of paper. She handed it to Naruto. Channel your chakra into it. Naruto blinked and looked at the paper. Okay, Naruto closed his eyes and let his chakra flow. I see. Naruto opened his eyes to see the paper in two. It's cut in two. Meaning you're not going to be able to master this temple's style. How come? What does this mean? Naruto asked. You'll find out when you enter the temple. When they ask, tell them that happened. That's all you need to know. I see. Kuri stood. Naruto slowly stood. Stay seated, Gohan. Naruto slowly sat back down. God, you can. Art of the Water Fist is an offensive and defensive based style. Question. Yes. Kuri growled at Naruto. She was not one for being stopped midway into something. How come water is only defensive and offensive? When you mentioned Kaiken was defensive and power. But when I battled Tenchi Oji-san. An image flicked through Naruto's mind. His attacks didn't seem like all-out power attacks. Good of you to notice. True, not all styles follow their categories. How come? It's the true masters who can bend the element to their will that they are the most powerful and the rarest. Tenchi is one of them. Any normal monks of the Earth Temple that can use Earth Chakra can perform powerful and strong defensive abilities. Tenchi can use them all: offensive, defensive, attacking and power. Naruto was amazed at what he was hearing. He is the strongest of all the elemental temple monks, but he is the most peaceful and kindest man there is. Didn't seem that kind when he sent me flying into the water, Naruto grumbled. Trust me, I've seen him when he's had to fight to put an end to someone. Kuri closed her eyes. It's something no person should see ever. Naruto gulped. Okay, what about you? What about me? Can you do the same as Tenchi Oji-san? Master all the styles? Sadly, I'm not as gifted, but I make up for the skills I lack. Oh. Now, as I was saying, Water Temple is offensive and defensive fighting. We move like the water, we flow our attacks out like a rushing river. Striking the foe with attacks that are hard to dodge. And we can defend without taking damage. We absorb the blow. Absorb? Naruto asked. Yeah, I guess it would be easier to explain through showing. That's how I work. I learn from experience. Not by explanation. Good to hear. Then you will follow me out back then. Kuri walked to the door and Naruto followed Kuri to an outside pool. Kuri stepped out and Naruto remained by the bank. What you doing out there? Come on. They're okay, Naruto said, walking into the water. Oh, for the love of you, don't know how to walk on water, do you? Nope. Naruto stated. Well, that won't do. Until you can walk on water we can't do anything. Is it like running on ice? No, but it's not as hard, I say. But that Naruto was taken through chakra control on how to walk on water. She also used the incentive that if Naruto couldn't learn water walking fast enough, then no learning the water fist. The incentive was enough for Naruto to focus and do it by the end of the day. Morning came and before Naruto could rush off, Goku began to drag Naruto with him. Boy, Oji-san. You're messing my new clothing. Naruto yelled. Naruto wore blue slack with lower cloak round with the front open up. A light blue cloth covering the right side of his body at an angle. With most of his right arm covered in cloth. That was the male clothing. The female was a full white vest like Kuri with no sleeves. But I thought you should see this. Naruto blinked as Goku let go. What? Naruto asked, turning to Goku. Follow. Naruto followed Goku out onto the temple grounds. So what we out here for? Watch, Goku said, looking at the water. What am I? Naruto shut up as the water exploded. A small figure in a full blue ninja clothing appeared. 3 older water monks around the smaller one. Watch this, Goku muttered as the smaller figure brought its hands together and instantly water shot up and spiraled round the figure before blasting the monks into the water. The figure landed and bowed. Whoa, who's that? Naruto asked. The temple prodigy. Naruto glanced back to Kuri. Who is he? Naruto asked. Kuri growled. The Naruto glanced to the masked monk. Naruto then blinked at the fact it wasn't a guy's voice. Is she your aunt? The blue cloth dropped, showing a dark-skinned girl. Okay, I decided that I would use a Katara-based person for this. Looks alone, I mean. I think this is a good idea. Naruto was dumbfounded and embarrassed at his comment. Kuri sighed. Forgive Gohan, he's young and stupid like all boys their age. Hey Naruto, Goku and many of the male monks spoke together. Whatever, who is he anyway? The girl asked. And you are? Naruto asked, annoyed with the girl. Nami. Gohan. Both glared at one another. Goku put his hand on Naruto's head. Don't start a fight, it's not how you should act in the temple. The old man's right. Nami spoke. Hey. Only I get to call Oji-san that. Treat him with respect. Naruto yelled. Bream on pipsqueak. The girl huffed and walked by. Whatever, I'm going to get changed. Naruto growled as Kuri had a slight smirk. She's energetic. Unlike many others. Goku said with a smile. Kuri sighed. She's the only one who seems to like bending the rules, so Kuri said, walking up to the monks. What'd she say this time to get you so angry, huh? The man looked away before speaking. Sadly, Naruto couldn't hear it. But Kuri's reaction. 10 laps round the temple. Now get to it, and if you don't learn to control yourselves. The man quickly scampered into the water and began swimming. Isn't it kind of wrong that they get punished while Nami walks free? Goku asked as Kuri walked up. Oh, she won't, but I let her do what she does so that I can see how far these monks can be pushed. Why's that? Naruto asked. I want someone to put her in her place. She's all arrogant because her skills are so advanced. Even more so than me, but she'll show me respect. Seeing as I'm in charge. I'll show her. Naruto growled. Not so fast, small fry. You can't even control water, how can you fight someone like her, huh? I'll show you. Give me 1 week and I'll beat her. And if you don't, you have to spend 2 more weeks here. Doing what she asks and not training. But if you win, well, we'll see how much you've learned now. Come on, small fry, training awaits. Goku sighed as Naruto was dragged off. I'm beginning to wonder if everything will fit in, but I guess I already know what will happen. But you never know. Goku must walking to join the monks in meditation. Futures can't change. Okay, Kuri said, looking at Naruto. If you want to even come close to beating Nami, you'll need to learn as much as you can in the smallest amount of time. I learned all I could of Earth Fist. This will be no different. Kuri grunted. We'll see, now let's begin. Naruto grinned and ran out onto the water. At first Naruto fell into the water. Are you a hands-on learner? Or a listener? Naruto stood. I learned from experience. I learned Tenchi Oji-san style by fighting him, and I'll learn this too. Then you best remember, this is not a front-out attack. It's counter style. Gotcha. And so Naruto's training began. It wasn't as easy as he first thought, of course. The water fist was a style that forced the body to move more than he thought he could. So instead Naruto made it up with his unpredictable movement. And Kuri was impressed of his way around that problem. Kuri didn't tell anyone but the people who know. So Nami was left in the dark about this fight. She wanted 2 things out of this. Nami to learn that she's not all that. And to see how good Goku's student was. She also had a few questions which she knows may go unanswered. The week passed with Naruto not only learning but following the same conduct like he did at the Earth Temple. Now it was Naruto's time to shine. Naruto stood ready and waiting. He was going to do this. Goku and Kuri were in conversation about something and Naruto watched as Nami walked out. What's going on? Kuri smiled. Young Gohan-kun wishes to fight you. I think this would be good. TCH, the squirt. You're not that much older, Nami. What was it again? Fine, let's get started. Nami then got into stance. Naruto got into his style. Kuri smiled. Go. Naruto rushed forward. Let's see how good you are. Naruto drew his right fist back. Kuri smirked and moved her stance to Naruto's left. She caught Naruto's right fist and gripped his arm. With a twist of her foot she flung Naruto out into the lake. Naruto flipped and smirked. Now we'll see who's got the better style. Earth or water? Nami rushed out and quickly jumped onto the water. The water molded round her feet as she slid along the water like it was ice. Naruto crouched as Nami flung the water out in a giant wave. Naruto jumped back and flipped. Remember, focus. Naruto looked at a spike coming down from the cave roof and kicked out. With a fine cut of chakra. Naruto cut the rock away. Naruto then spun with his left foot and gripped it with chakra and threw it at her. Nami scowled. Like that will work. She palmed the water and it shot up like a wall. The spike hit it and spotted just in front of her face. Naruto blinked. The wall had turned to ice. Goku glanced to Kuri. Hyoten. Yep, she's the strongest here. She your successor? No, sadly not. I see, so the rules remain the same. Yeah, Kuri muttered as she watched the ice shatter. No one can use 2 elements and become a temple guardian, it's 1 element purest. Nami gripped the spike and flung it at Naruto. Naruto smirked and deflected the spike up and turned it to rubble. Naruto flipped and landed. That all? Naruto asked. Nami scowled. That changed to a smirk. Not really. She stomped the ground and Naruto was blasted by a jet of water. Naruto bounced along and quickly righted. Naruto quickly spun sideways as the water jetted at his side. Naruto jumped back and continued to dodge. There has to be a way around. I need to get in close, Naruto growled. I have one way, but… Naruto thought back to a few days ago. Hey Oji-san. Naruto spoke to Goku as they rested in their room. Yeah? Can you teach me something about Kai? I'll need it if I'm to beat Nami. No, Goku muttered. Huh? Why? Goku glanced to Naruto. It's dangerous. Kai is not something to throw around. You saw what I did to that rock slit. Yeah. That was only 1% of my full power. No way. Naruto gasped. Yeah, Naruto, what I'm teaching you is a last resort, you won't use it in this match. Got it. I guess. You can't take stuff for granted. You have to understand this. Just because I'm teaching you Kai doesn't mean you can freely use it. I understand I'll beat her with my own skills. But boy. Goku said, going to sleep. Naruto lay there looking at the roof. But how? Naruto closed his eyes. Just like those times I need something to give me an edge, I need that instinct. Naruto's eyes snapped open, but it wasn't what he wanted. This time he got nothing. Water blasted Naruto into the cliffside and Naruto groaned as he hit the water. Nami smirked. That all? Naruto put his hand on the water. No, Naruto clenched his eyes shut. Why? Then let's give you more then. Why? Naruto asked as he was blown by a jet of water. Why? Naruto asked himself again as he was hit again. He lay on the water as he could hear muffled yells. Why? Naruto watched water build. Why? Naruto's vision blurred as he was blown into the water. Am I really that weak? Nami smirked as she turned to the adults. Naruto's body flopped to the surface. The monks ran forward to help Naruto as Nami walked up to Kuri. His own fault. Kuri growled. She was about to continue when Goku stopped her. Well, you won, so you get your prize. Kuri blinked in shock. And that is? Naruto has to do what you want for a week. Nami smirked. Sweet, with it she walked off. Kuri growled. What you? She stopped as Goku made eye contact. She fell silent as Goku walked off. Naruto groaned as he woke up from his bad hangover. That's probably what he could best describe it. What happened? You lost, Goku said, sitting by the wall. I noticed, but. This all you're good at? Naruto looked at Goku. I trained you to use your skills. No, you tried to draw on something you can't control. But I used it. Before Goku sighed. Naruto hung his head. Your training is supposed to make up for that hidden potential till you are ready. I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean ready? It's something that can't be told to you yet. OG-san, when will you tell me? Are you just making this up as you go along, huh? Do you not even know and are just trying to figure it out? You trained the fourth, would this be different if it was him, huh? Goku frowned. Goku let out a low grunt. He stood and left. OG-san. Oi, where you going? Goku glanced to Naruto. I think you start working for Nami tomorrow, so rest. With that, Goku left. OG-san. Goku sighed as he sat by the lake. I'm too old to be getting worked up by a gaki, but it comes with the price made that day, and I promised I'd do it. I've just got to remember what I'm doing this for and why. For someone so old you seem, even now, so mysterious. Kuri spoke as Goku glanced to her. Kuri-chan, the woman sat beside Goku. Both remained quiet. It's been too long, old man, Goku chuckled. Still use that title for me, huh? It's been nearly 25 years, the old man was right about you. I'm surprised he even told you. All those of the temples when the next takes their place. Learns the truth about Son Goku. The guardian of Earth. Goku sighed. It's not my world to protect, I gave that up nearly 500 years ago. Yeah, yet you still stay around. No one's ready to take my place. What about Gohan? Or is he someone else? Come to think of it, he looks like one of your students, Minato, right? The gaki with blonde hair. You remember him? That hyper gaki. Course, who was the other with him? Kushina. Ah yes, but I can't remember their last names, damn my old age. Tenchi was the same. Guess I should explain myself, you see. OG-san, Goku and Kuri looked to Naruto. I want to say sorry, Goku smiled. It's okay, go rest. Naruto nods and ran off. How old is he? 10, nearly 11 now. And Nami? 13, 14, I think age really begins to vanish with the amount of time you stay here. That it's hard for those who have to leave. Kuri nods. All those who reach 50 leave the temple, only the one chosen as guardian can stay. It's only then that they become the elder of the temple if the other hasn't passed on. What happens to those that leave? Join normal monasteries or travel the world to seek answers, but they will always follow the rules of the temple. Do they ever come back? Some, but only to enlighten themselves and then move on. So you were going to tell me something? Goku nods. It started 10 years ago. Naruto growled as he walked behind Nami. Keep moving, brat, you're my personal slave for the week. I hate you, I didn't think monks ever treated people like slaves, where's your temple rules? Naruto growled. Nami smirked. What rules? Like anyone can do anything. Why did you even come to the temple, huh? Doesn't seem your sort of thing. Like I'll tell, so shut up and be quiet. Naruto growled. I'll find a way around this, you better believe it. What if Naruto was sealed in time chamber in Dragon Ball, and thanks for watching my video till the end. If you enjoy this content, then do consider subscribing to my channel and leave a like if you guys need the next part, comment down, and thanks for watching the video and see you guys in the next video.